ending takes too long. Bam, bam.
But
Chillin with
bam,
bam, bam,
chilling with
Gilliam, bam,
Gilliam.
bam.
Yeah, yep. So for the 10 folks who are here,
Yay, that's cute.
Christine is in Pine Ridge, South Dakota, and believe it or not, Pine Ridge, South Dakota, right now is actually warmer than it is here in
Just a
Talcott,
little bit.
Oklahoma.
Just a little bit.
It is 21, feels like 8 here. And what is it there again?
22
22.
feels like 15.
Yep. So, yep, it's pretty cold, getting that way. But 'tis the season, you know what I'm saying?
It's like January, man.
Yeah, feels. Of course, Mike Collier says that every day is supposed to be a little bit warmer and stuff
I
like that,
don't
more
trust Mike
seasonal.
Collier anymore.
I bet you anything that we end up being colder between now and spring than we have so far.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Oh, yeah. Let's say hi to everybody.
Yeah, let's do that. Hey, hey, hat, says Nanny Tam.
That's cute.
Says, can't believe she's first. And said, okay, hat was another autocorrect, but kind of funny.
I
It
like it though,
is.
Mary Tam. You need to go with that. I like it good.
It is. Hey, Joey. There's Joey and Ginger.
Joey and
Howdy,
Ginger.
howdy. Good to see y'all. Thanks for coming in. There's Jacob Halpane.
Hi,
Hi,
Jacob.
Jacob. How are you doing? Jacob is not very far from us. He's almost a neighbor, kind of. Rural folks.
He's a
A
neighbor.
neighbor can live like 12 or 13 miles away.
If you're
For
lucky.
rural folks. So yeah, he's our neighbor. And then we got Wendy at Hardnack Farms. Howdy,
Hey,
howdy.
Wendy.
Good to see you, Wendy.
Hello to you
And
and
then
Tom.
we got old junk and a dog.
I know who that is.
Yeah, I do too. That's a
He's our
Winnebago.
Barbie friend.
Justin. So good to see you, old junk and a dog. He was on Poverty Tour. If you saw any of those videos, he was driving the CJ5 Jeep.
And I worried about him a long time.
Yeah. He did good though. He did real
Yeah.
good.
Maybe I worried about the Jeep more. I love that Jeep.
Yeah.
But yeah, me,
It's
I like
pretty
Jeeps.
cool.
There's pretty well 4 vehicles that I adore, and
The Jeep's one of them, yeah.
Jeep's one of them.
Hey, there's Barb at Ben's Over Acres. Howdy,
Hey, Barb.
howdy. Good to see you. And there's Sean at Let's Trade Paint.
Hey, Sean.
Hello, Sean. Then we've got Lazy Days Ahead. There's Jesse and Lisa in the house. And there's Paul Honeyman from England. Hey, Paul, good to see you.
What time is it in England, Paul?
It's almost like it's winter. Right. It's almost like winter.
Well, it is winter.
You know what? We haven't had winter. We just haven't had it.
We have our winter in February, March in Oklahoma, at least in our part of the woods, I think.
Paul K says 16 feels like 4 here. Yeah.
Ooh, doggy, that's what you get for being
north of us. Hey, there's Creekside Maples Homestead. Hey, how y'all doing? That's Tony and Joni up in Canada.
Howdy, howdy.
Thanks for coming in.
It's probably really cold there. They're probably like, what are you whining about?
Yeah. Hey, Phil So Wills, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Hey there, Corey Guy, the Guy family, waving a hand, made it to 50th. Made it to 50th. I know it's not going to be like a 50th wedding anniversary or anything like that. You were 50th in? No, you weren't. I can tell you that. There ain't 50 in here. Hey, there's Rebecca. Howdy, Rebecca. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
There's Serena.
There is Plywood.
Plywood. Hey, Plywood. I went way too far down. Sorry about that.
Hey, Plywood. And
what's up? He's giving us one of those crisps.
Did you say Serena?
Yeah, I got a problem.
You got a problem?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, Serena. She had to bow out for a second. I don't know what's going on, but she had to bow out for a second. And then we got, let's see here, who all is. Hey, Evelyn. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Serena says you can't grow potatoes and onions together because the onions will get in the potatoes' eyes and make them cry. It's a good one. So it's just after 1 a.m. where Paul Honeyman is. Yeah. But he stays up quite late. Quite late. Lots of winter here, says Tony and Joni up in Canada. Right. 12 degrees. Nobody has any complaining to do. Nobody has any complaining to do. So there is Joni. Hey, Joni, good to see you. Yeah, Christine, and she is on travel status. She'll be home in about a week. Bottom for about 2 seconds, says Paul Case. Been snowing all day and cold, but hey, it's winter. Yeah. Oh, birthday, Corey Guy. Happy birthday, Corey. It is Corey Guy's birthday. Wish him a happy birthday, everybody. Man, you made it to 50. You're like 10 years
He's
behind.
a baby.
Actually, 11.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Corey.
There's is today your birthday or was it like yesterday? There's a lot of birthdays. One of our other really good friends, one of our church group members, her birthday was today, and my great niece, my youngest great niece, her birthday was yesterday.
Right.
Lots of birthdays right now.
Right. Lots of birthdays.
Rebecca.
Makes you wonder what was going on 9 months ago, doesn't it? Let's see here.
What are you talking about?
Well, if there's lots of birthdays, there had to be.
I don't want to talk about it. Ain't none of my business. Just happy birthday.
So let's see here. Not rally now. This is the bottom. So everybody's trying to be on the bottom, trying to tell us where the bottom is. My girl just turned 14 yesterday. That's awesome.
Is that
awesome,
Corey?
Justin. Old Junk and a Dog said that.
Oh,
the 15th. Corey said the 15th.
The 15th.
You're right.
That was.
And Joni's was on the 4th.
Oh, well, happy belated birthday, sister. That's awesome.
I think we
have to write these down.
I think that was in the chat. I mean, in the text deal a while back.
What text deal?
The text deal.
I slept since that whenever the last time there was a text. So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I do good to be sitting here right now.
A cold spell can cause lots of birthdays in 9 months, says Paul Case. Problem is 9 months ago, I don't think there was a cold spell.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Maybe there was. Could have not 9 months ago this year, but way back. But it could have been. I'm gonna have a Reese's cup real quick. So bear with me.
But for those that will get on to me, I am drinking my water. You have to here. When you have Sjogren's and up north where it's dry, you have to have water.
Hey, Rhonda Dodson. Good to see you. Thanks for coming
wiser. Tony's hoping so. And Serena's birthday is December 29th. Christine, did Christine have another birthday we missed? Seems like early dementia setting in. Yeah, I'm 62. Nope. Hey, Rhonda Dodson. So what are we going to talk about tonight at Chillin with the Gilliams? Bum, bum, bum. Sorry.
First off, I think I'll explain the thumbnail.
Yeah, what's up with that?
The thumbnail that we use tonight, that is actually the grandson's little truck. He's our oldest grandson. He's 20 years old. And he bought that little truck on his own. He's been working on it. And I took it for a couple of days and had some work done to it. We found out that the whole front end on it was needed tie rods. It needed everything in the front.
But I'm gonna tell you, that is God, because this is the second time that boy has had where like one more little ride and he may not be with us or not in the condition we want him to be. So God has had it his hand of protection over that boy.
So what I did was I took it and had an all new front suspension put on it, or the front end, not the suspension, but I had the all new tie rods and everything else put in the front. Then I took it because the exhaust had basically fallen off this truck. I took it and had exhaust put on it for him. And that's a wild thing because exhaust shops aren't common anymore.
Isn't that
We used
sad?
to have like 3 exhaust shops in Tahlequah. There were like 2 in Stillwell. There were several over in Muskogee.
Hey,
They were
Virginia.
just all around us. Now there are, I can think of like 2 exhaust shops within driving distance of here. And it is crazy to me. There's none in Tahlequah. There's no exhaust shops at all in Tahlequah.
Is
It's a
that
really
because
sad
of all
thing.
the crap green stuff? Excuse me, I shouldn't have said that, but
Now what?
well, I mean, why isn't there? I mean, what's the deal with that?
Can't get anybody to go to work. You can't. The exhaust and the ones I've talked to, their help is just don't want to work. They retired out. The old exhaust guys did. New cars, the exhaust lasts forever on, and whenever it doesn't last, you can actually just order the piece that you need because it comes in component form, and you just put it together like that. So people do that a lot. Um,
Yeah.
and
Paul said
custom exhaust, since nobody's really driving old cars anymore,
there's the problem. You
custom
get in a car,
exhaust is
you drive
just
it.
not common. Yeah, no radiator repair shops. There is one radiator repair shop in Muskogee, and we used to have, I thought was the best radiator repair shop here in Tahlequah. It was called Lloyd's Radiator Shop. And it was here forever. It was a little concrete block building, painted white, had a tank in it, a bunch of solder and stuff. Yeah, a tank, like
TANK.
a tank where
Like,
they put no, they put the radiator down in this tank of and rotted them all out and all that stuff. So boiled them out basically and
I
everything.
gotcha. I
And
gotcha.
and those guys sat down. It was like the barber shop. Those guys sat down there, and I remember Dad. He used to go down
Is it?
there and spend hours just visiting with them. And they're just no longer, it's just no longer a thing.
That's sad.
Hey, Robert Mac Media, howdy, howdy. And
Hey,
there
Josh.
is Josh, Rivers to Roots Outdoors. Welcome, welcome. Yep,
We got Paul Kate or Paul Honeyman. You can tell where my mind is. I'm probably one of the only women that we know that likes military history. So that's what I always think of.
speaking of tanks, I've been watching some tank movies lately,
Hey,
and
Tony.
I really dig, the tanks. The movies about tanks and stuff
Yeah.
like
What'd
that.
you watch?
I watched one called Tank. I watched the that same one that we always.
That one with is it Furry?
Yeah, I watched Fury.
I like that, even though it's a newer movie.
I watched 2 Russian tank movies recently. I really like those. So anyway, I like tanks.
So
Hey,
Virginia.
there's Tony. Howdy, Tony.
Oh, Virginia's feeling better.
Hey,
And there's
Virginia.
unless I got her messed up with somebody. I don't think so.
So I get to the post office about once every 3 months or so.
And then he puts it in the truck or on top of the chicken coop.
So I went to the post office, and we actually have a mailbox here, but for purposes of YouTube, we have a post office, and we got cards, and I want to tell these folks thank you for the cards. We got cards for 9 Acre Family Farms. Thank you, Dale and Lisa. Debbie Drock, we got a card from her. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Lillian Todd, we got a card from her. Thank you for that, Lillian. And the Dyers sent us a card, Jack and Dina.
Did I get I was expecting a big check from Ed McMahon. Did we get that?
You got something. It says pay to the order of, and it has your name on it.
Well, that's like you would like for you to borrow $50,000
Yeah,
at
all you have to do is cash his
99.9%
all
interest.
you have to do is cash his check and
For 99.9% interest.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it.
Easy monthly installments.
Yeah, easy. I wasn't
Easy.
born.
Spelled E-Z. Yeah.
I say it's spelled Sant.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, Christine, a water
SATAS.
tank. They actually put the radiator underwater and put air into it to detect leaks. Same premise as finding a leak in a car tire.
Paul, you live in England. Yours is still on its way, probably.
No, that's Paul Case.
Oh, Paul Case. Paul Case got a card. That was
Paul
Paul Honeyman.
Honeyman says, Paul Heyman, well, I got no cards, so I'm thanking you all for not sending me LOL.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. So
Since
this
it
check,
still hasn't arrived, I'll start right now. When I get back home, I'll send you one now so you can arrive by Christmas time in 2026.
hey, Musgrave family, how are you doing?
Hello.
Howdy,
So,
howdy.
wow. So the check from Ed McMahon is for Christine. I spent it. Paul Honeyman. As long as you spend it on that grandbaby, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
So, uh, our
Well,
friend.
let me finish my Eli's truck story real quick.
Oh, okay.
So Eli's truck, his plan for that truck is he wants to put an LS engine in it.
Boo.
Well,
It would be good in that one.
in that one, I think it'd be a good deal.
I do
I mean,
too.
it's either going to be a small block or an LS.
As long as I don't see an
And
LS and a Trans Am, I'm okay. Or a
oh
GT.
no, that's never going to happen ever.
That's right. It was not
So
going to.
anyway, he's going to put us. If we find a small block cheap enough, we might go that route though. But I'm going to help him with this deal and try to get whatever he wants in
Exactly.
there.
Good.
The other
It's a,
thing is we need to come up with him another vehicle because if he hot rods that truck, it's going to, he's going to have something else. So,
should have kept the Honda.
but yeah, he should have kept the Honda. But I'm thinking auction find
Fix it up.
some little. No, they sell little cheap cars all the time at the auction.
Oh,
Some little something or other, just bump around. Don't have to be all that
just something to get him back and forth to work.
back
And
and
then
forth to work. It's what he
he can
needs while
get,
we're working
then
on
what
this
he can
truck.
do, because he's a lot like his papa, likes to go to cruise nights and stuff. He can go, and when he gets off work, he can go put it in the Batmobile
In the
or
Batmobile,
cave,
how
the Bat
about the
Cave.
Batcave?
The Bat Cave. He can get him a storage building, put it in the Bat Cave, pull out his truck, and go cruising. Hey, Angie.
True story, guys. Whenever I was younger, whenever I was in my 20s, I had a 1978 Pontiac Trans Am, and it was pretty slick car. It was black and silver. It was, for the period, it was fixed up, really fixed up. And since we lived on a dirt road out there, I rented a mini storage building with electric in town. Had lights and everything inside it, flip them on and off. You could drive in and out. And I would keep that Trans Am in that mini storage. And I would pull it out whenever I would pull it out of the mini storage and cruise on Friday and Saturday night. And then I would put it back in there. Sometimes I got a little bit too spicy on the street.
There's the story. There's the story.
Sometimes I would get a little bit too spicy and I would just run back to the mini storage real quick, put the car up, get my little truck out, drive it back to town and cruise, just hang out with my buddies and stuff in town and let it kind of cool off for a while before I'd bring the Trans Am back out.
So that story right there is a story that our grandson told me that he did not too long ago.
He has done the same thing. He has gone to town,
got a little
spicy, and ended up having to go back and hide out.
Went a little spicy in Mexico.
So check out Garage Show International Truck Project. Yeah, I'm getting ready to put out a video about a bunch of old international trucks. Paul Honeyman coming right up. So I remember those. Hide it.
Ryan.
Well, I remember those days, right? Angie. Hey, Angie. Tony thought, were you giving him competition down the road? You know what? Since I have been messing around with Eli's truck, I am kind of looking for one.
We should have kept the Ranger.
And I really don't want a Ranger. I want an
Well,
S10.
yeah.
so I'm really looking into getting an S10, and I can pick one up pretty cheap. And
Are you gonna throw a S10 or are you gonna throw a LS
oh, if
motor
I
in it?
do it, it's going to have to be turbo LSs. So anyway, um,
Did you
Tony's
say hi
talking.
to Brian? Brian's in here.
Hey, Brian, welcome, welcome.
I'll be back.
And then Robert Mack Media says, I have a 426 wedge mower we used to do quarter mile races with, and a 383 with some good work to make it fast, but never tried it out. I miss the hot rod days. No race car anymore, just the engines. That's awesome, Robert. And if you ever want to do anything with those engines that you have right there, I'm in. Um, Let me know if you ever need to sell or do anything like that, because my brother has some Cudas and he needs an engine for one. So just saying. Hey, Carlene, how are you doing? Yes, it's a split screen tonight because Christine is up in Pine Ridge, South Dakota, and I am here at home. So she is up there on work status. Yeah, I know S10's a Chevy. Yeah, I know. I know. See, the thing with me is if you have a Chevy, keep a Chevy engine in it. If you have a Pontiac, keep a Pontiac engine in it. So, yeah, I probably, and that's my thing. Now, do I think that S10 is going to be anywhere close to as fast as my GTO? No. So, Farmall Fanatic, howdy, howdy. How you doing? There's Reverend Dream. How you doing? Good. Long time no see. Been a while. There is Lee at Fisherman 506. Yes, Rebecca. There was a extended cab S10 win at one of the auctions that I was at recently. When Chevy built the S10, they named it right. Yeah, and in stock form, they leave a lot to be desired, but they can be fixed up pretty easy. Where'd your hat go?
I couldn't see myself. All I saw was dark, and so it was driving me
Oh, I
nuts.
can see. I can see you good.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
want me to put my hat back on?
and I'm just saying it was. I could see you fine.
I can tell what you're saying. You're saying your hair looks like a rooster. Put your hat on.
So Angie said, "Paul, you still full?" I'm like, "Yeah, big block Cuda would be great." He had my brother had a 440 6-pack Cuda back in the day, and he happened to come up with some other CUDA stuff, and he's trying to put something together. Well, guys, here in a little bit, we're going to do this chilling, talking, and chatting things for a little bit. Then here in a
Hey,
little
Reverend
bit,
Dream.
we're going to get into some YouTube tips and tricks, I guess you'd call it. I want to hear you guys' experience and things like that on different things. I'll share some experiences I've had with YouTube, and maybe we can, help each other out. Let's just put that way. It be
Hi,
help.
Lee.
Yeah, there's Jesse. We can't see your face now, Christine. We love roosters too.
Uh,
So
so I'm kind of excited about that because I know on our Thursday night live, I said that I was going to try when I get back home. I feel like I need
hey,
to
Tamara.
work on my YouTube channel because it's like dead right now. Besides, which more importantly, we do digging in the Word with sisters on Monday nights, which I love and I'm glad I have it. But I used to do videos at least. I don't know if it was once a month. I was very inconsistent. just because of work and stuff. Then so I feel like I'm more committed to do something consistently. I just don't know how often. So um, you're going to have to help me a lot.
Yeah. I remember. I remember whenever we built shelves in your shop.
Hey, that gives me content coming in the future.
Yep.
Don't be a
It'll only
butt.
be a year old whenever you guys see it.
I don't know, but I know, but until now, God,
Hey, Dale.
there goes my stuff.
Dale, thank you guys for the card. Appreciate it.
Turn the hat on backwards, gangster style. Is this it? Is this gangster stuff? My face is too fat to do this.
It's not. Yeah, Paul Honeyman, you said it. You said exactly what I was thinking. If you don't know how often, it's not consistent.
Oh no, Alan Chevelle is back on the lift with the problem with the cam. That stings. Well, who said what about consistency?
Paul Honeyman said, if you don't know how often you're going to post a video, it's not consistent.
Yeah, I know. So I'm going to work on it. That's my, you know how Dale has the 9, what is it, 9?
Yeah, the 9 was 9 by 9 challenge.
Yeah, well, I'm on the 6 by 6 challenge. No, the 9. That's one of my 9 by 9 by 12.
9 by 9 by 12.
It's going to be different.
Ryan says put out more than one video every 3 months. Right. Hey, John, how are you doing? John goes outdoors.
Yes, I know.
So, but anyway, Christine will be back in a week. By the way,
are you going to pick me up at the airport?
Huh?
Are you going to be picking me up from the airport?
I don't think you're going to walk home, so I reckon. Okay. So, if you post one every year and you don't miss a year, that is consistent.
Right? That's what I think.
9 by 9 equal 81, says Paul Case. And then Paul Honeyman says, I prefer the 4 by 2 challenge myself. I'm going to get up from them. I can't wait for you to be home and I'm not even there. Right?
Thanks, Brian. That's sweet. Brian goes, I can't wait for you to be home. I'm not even there. I know it felt like I was going to be here forever. And it's already like, this is my last Saturday here for a little bit anyway. I'm hoping I get to come back in a couple of months and help them some more because it's really been good.
Trying to be consistent posting, keep having to wait on parts, says Justin.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, that's a thing with in the car world. You almost have to have more than one project. I don't know where she went, but she left. You almost have to have more than one project going at one time, because in the car world, anything can stop you and you're down for a while. And if you've got to put out a video a week, it makes it really tough. That's the reason why my channel has various. I have actually, I think probably the next video I put out will probably be a hunting video. The one after that will probably be something about an auction. And I'm telling you guys, I went to an auction yesterday and I broke one of my rules. I took a trailer. And, I always talk about not taking a trailer. Well, I took a trailer and that dude was loaded when I left there. I mean, the whole bed of the truck, the flatbed on the truck, and the trailer was loaded down.
You're gonna have to bring more to the show, Paul Honeyman, to make me upset. Johnny knows how to do it, but he's had years of experience.
I got some traps out on my property day, says John goes outdoors. I'm working on making my sister Bernadette potholders for her home, says Rebecca. And yes, I hope Paul Case is feeling better. We had a little prayer session for you the other night, Paul, on our channel.
How are you feeling, Paul? If you don't mind us, just give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. But we're still praying.
Carmel Fanatic says you'll find what your viewers like through experimentation. I agree with that.
Yep.
And Corey Guy says your channel is therapy for me. I appreciate that, Corey. Thank you very much. Johnny, I have no idea, Paul. I'm not going to read that, but I have no
Where is
idea.
it?
I don't think you. I don't think you do, but
He
I'm just
doesn't.
saying.
He doesn't. How you don't? Johnny doesn't.
Well, Brian, I'll tell you, most of the stuff that I got was to make the shop more organized. Believe it or not, you can actually purchase things that actually help in that respect. Because I can tell you, there's nothing worse than having nowhere to put anything when you walk in your shop. So all you have is floor space. You know how quick you can fill up floor space? Floor
I can
space
tell
is
you.
the fastest thing that you can fill up
And
in a building, room, anything. You have to have places to put things, and I have come up with some stuff to help that immensely.
I do, Paul.
So, John will be doing an auction this year at Tinkler as a trailer road and say, that'd be cool to have an auction. It would be. We could have an auction down there. That would be cool. That would be so cool to have one.
No, it would not. Nope.
Christine's like, no, wouldn't be
Nope.
cool.
That'd be having. I won't say it.
But they are cool. They are.
They are cool. I like them. I am taking off 2 whole days.
Anyone know a hotel that accepts pets close to the 10 Killer meetup?
Yes.
I am not sure about pets. Most hotels accept pets. One of the better hotels out this way is the True. It's out there by the casino, on the same side end of town as 10 Killer. There are several hotels in the area in Tahlequah area. I mean, like 10 Killer Lodge does, says Evelyn.
And that's and that's real close to the 10 Killer. Evelyn stayed there, I think, and Ginger and Joey stayed there before.
Hey, hey, Mickey, Critter Creek's in the house.
Yeah,
There's James.
Mickey. We're seeing all types of people we haven't seen in a while. Makes me happy.
Yeah.
I know everybody gets busy. I know everybody gets busy and life happens, and there's only so many hours in a day, so we totally get it. Airbnbs will accept pets. Really? Yeah, if you pay them.
Most everything except pet nowadays.
Yeah, so, we used to have to really sneak our little lap dog in.
When we had a little dog, it was back when nobody accepted pets.
Yeah, they didn't have a thing called
pets weren't really a thing back then, and so we slipped ours in a suitcase a few times and different places. Yeah,
she was a good girl too.
10 Killer Lodge. I'll check again. Right.
Yeah. Well, you do bring up a good point, and I appreciate you doing that, Robert. I need to update the Facebook with all the hotels, things like that. In fact, that's something I probably work on in the evenings when I'm not working late. But yeah, I need to work on that ASAP. Are we still doing 10 Killer?
Well, it's rolling at the bottom of the screen there.
Oh.
Still have not gotten together with the committee yet, but
there were a couple places
coming. We need to. I was waiting on Christine to get back. We need to sit down and hash stuff out. Laid back. Remember that.
Yeah, just feel laid back. It's not that hard.
Just.
I mean,
calm.
We do know that Mid-America is a month later, but we're going to enjoy it. Even if there's 5 of us there, we're still going to have fun.
That's right. That's the way we look at it. If there's 10 people there, 5 people there, it doesn't matter. We're going to have fun.
Yeah.
Hey, Troy. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, Troy. How are you, brother? Anyway, this is fun. I need to step away again.
Okay.
Before I get yelled at.
Okay. So, okay.
Maybe I won't push the wrong button this time.
So she's out again. All right, laid back, chilling like a cold pepper. That's right. Very, very laid back. Like bring a chair, bring something to drink, not and kind of just what I mean on that. And then just kind of chill out. We'll try to get some restaurants lined out. What really makes me sad is the Princess Drive-In where we all got to eat together last year is closed, and it was that was a really great experience going to the Princess. They gave us our own full room. We got everybody in there, and it was super nice. They had really great food, and it was just it was just perfect. And now they've closed. The folks who bought it said they were going to give it a year. They had a heavy equipment business, I believe, is what their actual business is. They bought this restaurant just to see what they thought about it. They ran it for a year. They decided they didn't like restaurant businesses, so they backed off of it. And uh, yeah, I'm trying to think of a place that's big enough for everybody, Dale. And whenever you get into that, I mean,
We might have to go down and look at the lake and see if there's any places. We haven't
yeah,
really.
we'd have to go and we'll have to look around because most places can't hold a crowd. Yeah, here we go. We're talking about 10 people will go, but last year
We had
like
like 50.
60 we had like 60 people at the restaurant last year, so um I'd like to be able to at least hold what we had last year. Yeah, there's a good smash burger restaurant in the casino at Durant. Yeah, Durant's a little ways away. I was going to say if we're going to drive that far, we'll drive over to JL's Barbecue.
Or we just maybe the Cherokee place they have a room over there, but it's a little expensive. Well, it's not really, not any more than Princess was.
What are you talking about? The White Wolf?
White Wolf, they've got a room. We'll have to see what rooms they've got. I'll check into that. That might be an option.
Yeah, we
I
might
mean, there are
might
some
go to
people,
a
Dale,
steakhouse
that
called
drove
the
in
White
from
Wolf in
for
the
coffee.
casino. That's a possibility. So, but I'll be eating at JL's. Yeah, you will, Brian. I'm sure you will eat at JL's at some point. Brian's
Lisa
going to be
said there's
down.
a huge good smash burger restaurant in the casino at Durant. Just saying.
Yeah,
So at Mid America, is that close to Durant? I know Ten Killer's not close to Durant. Just saying.
absolutely not.
Yeah, JL's. I am now a fan of JL's. You know why?
Do what?
Well, I said I'm a friend of JL's now because they separate the food.
Yeah, JL's is awesome.
Yeah, I
Somewhere
can't
carnivore
eat.
friendly. Just
Yeah,
eat meat, Dale. Most places have meat of some sort.
yeah. When I was doing carnivore, I did pretty good. It wasn't nothing variety for me, but I have found that I used to be like everybody, like after church, would try to find a place that I could eat at, whatever my issue was or is. And I have figured out, I can figure it out. It's
Right.
hard, but you can figure it out. The one problem though is like, especially at barbecue places, a lot of them already have the seasonings and stuff on that, but they try to sneak things in. Yes, sir, they do. That is for sure. Jesse and Lisa's restaurant is a great option there in Pryor. Yes.
It is a great option. It for sure is.
Hey,
It's a little
Carlene, how
bit
are
of a
you?
drive from Tin Killer, but
That's all. We need to get a bus.
yeah, it'd
Ooh,
be
we
there'd
get a
be so
train.
many. Can you imagine how many lost folks there would be?
I think that's a little too far. And we'd have done Jose's before. The first year we did, well, yeah, the first year we did it, we did Jose's and it was like we did like a Thursday in the afternoon or something, I
Well,
think.
we always do Thursday afternoon at Jose's. We've
Not
done it
always.
the
We
last
didn't
two
do it
years.
last year.
We did it last year, and we did it the year
Are
before.
you sure?
Yes, absolutely sure. So
Um, Robert Mack, I might be depending on how expensive it is because I keep hearing they keep jacking the prices up, and I'm going to go one day and have to pay 2 days and go like I'm going to Disney World. That's my only thing.
If he's asking me if I'm going, no.
No, he's not
So
going.
anyway,
I'm waiting for them to ask me to be a guest speaker. The world according to the hummingbird. But they did. They don't call me. They don't call me.
we just need to have JL's cater at 10 Killer, right?
You know, they do cater.
Yeah, but they ain't going to cater to 10 Killer. I can tell you that.
True, that's too far. They don't have a lot of
I
money
mean,
to do that.
we'd have to, what we'd have to do
I'd have
is
to go pick it up or something.
we'd have to order it all, and then somebody would have to drive all the way over there and get it and bring it back. Somebody with a big.
Then we still need to find a
We'd
place
have to have ice chest after ice chest to put stuff in. And speaking of which, I ended up with some more of them too. So anyway,
but that
we
but
got
I
so
gotta do some research.
yeah, we got to figure out. We need to figure out a place for everybody to go eat.
I have a feeling there might be some place around the lake that we're just not aware of. One of my favorite places out there.
Hey, Pathways, good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, Cynthia, how are you doing? How are you and Gary? I think we could find some place, but we just got to work on it. Maybe we can buy Princess and just open it up.
No, I can already tell you no.
I can already tell you no too.
How about the Chinese buffet in Tahlequah?
Well, not that one.
Not either one.
It's Jose's or nothing.
Well, we go to Jose's. We go there on Thursday. For the folks who show up on Thursday, we always go to Jose's. Speaking of Jose's, I ate there today.
That's not a surprise, babe.
And guess what? They were out of chicken. Yeah. They were out of chicken.
I'm surprised you're able to talk about it like you're not in some type of like.
Well, I had the quesadillas, and they were good. They were really good.
Honestly, there's nothing that's bad at Jose's as far as I'm concerned. Somehow we gained 4 new coolers this last summer. Every time we went, forgot ours. It seems like, yeah.
Ike's is somewhere around 10 Killer. They always advertise.
Out of y'all's.
I don't know what Ike's is.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad you're in here. I hope your folks are doing well. Silver City, is that in Oklahoma? Can I ask? I found a place today. It's called Hay, Hay, like hey, hey, Springs. You're welcome.
Hay Springs?
Nebraska.
Oh, okay. We can go to Hose A's on Thursday and then Hose B's on Friday.
Sounds like a plan, brother. So we have to make, Gilliam Farms and I have to make a big decision. Either we're going to reserve a camper, which we need to be doing now. So I need like Joey.
I saw one today that looked pretty decent.
Just for sale?
Yeah.
Hey, Ben Wilson. Okay, well, we need to buy one.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it sounded familiar. One of these days, maybe we can meet up and do lunch if you ever head that way. I'd like that. Anyway, yeah, so Gilliam Farms and I have to decide if we're going to purchase a newer, not deer camp anymore camper, or if we're going to rent one.
Right.
And
we'll have something. Let's just put it that way. We'll end up with something before.
And it will not be deer camp camper.
It won't be the deer camp camper, no. Nope. So the deer camp camper actually went way downhill since last year. So
I wonder why.
Well. So anyway.
Okay, we won't get into that. Onward. Happy.
Yeah.
Boom. Okay, so it is 6:45 my time. I would expect it's 7:45 your time.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're just trying to throw stuff out there to talk about, I can tell.
Just seeing if it'll stick like spaghetti.
So, all right. Anybody want to talk about anything that has to do with YouTube? Anybody got any questions? Anybody
Yes.
want to hear any of my experiences with it? Uh, Anybody want to go over any of that stuff?
Good.
I am more than happy to share my experiences with YouTube. Um, I tell you what, 2025 was hugely
Exactly, Robert.
pivotal for the Gilliam Farms channel. It went from being, a kind of a little cool hobby, I guess you'd call it, to actually providing enough income to actually support itself, doing things and stuff like that.
Carlene.
So I'd be more than happy to help people with anything that they have to do about that. See you later, Carlene. Talk to you later. Um,
Brian, Donnie wouldn't know. I would.
how many months can you go without putting a video out before you totally
12.2.
trash your channel? All right, let's talk about that. The first thing is consistency. You need to be consistent no matter what that is. You need to train the algorithm to when your videos are going to come out, where people get used to your video coming out at a certain time, certain day, so they can start looking forward to it and stuff like that. So that would be the first thing I would do is I would make sure that whatever you do is consistent. Make sure that it just comes out, and you might have to mess around with that time whenever you put out whenever you put out a video. You can, like, I've had to move my times slightly a few times, because I'll tell you something about YouTube. If you don't grab people right off the bat, if people don't watch your video, and I'll give you a good example of this. Go on your TV or something like that, pull up YouTube, see what's showing up for your recommended. Okay. Whenever you look at your recommended videos and stuff like that, if there's a video in there that you go, I'm going to watch that, but I'm not going to watch it right now. Maybe it's too long or whatever. She gone. So anyway, so you're either going to watch it right now or you're going to watch it, later. If you wait, you'll notice if you wait more than 2 days, all of a sudden that video no longer shows up in your recommendeds and stuff like that. So you need to put your video out in a time whenever you think people can watch it. Now, I've heard some people say that you have to look at your algorithm and see when your folks are most active on YouTube, and that's when you need to put out a video. I tried that. The most active time, my folks, at the time, I'm not saying now because everything has changed. At the time, the most, the hospital's calling, she'll be right back. At the time, it was Sunday evening. Okay. That was the time whenever most people were active and stuff like that. The problem is my videos are kind of long. And whenever I would put one out, if they couldn't watch it right away, then the work week started, and it ended up being to where the views were almost very horrid for me, I guess you'd call it. So I try to put stuff out whenever I think that, people will have time to watch it before it goes away. So you got, only know when most videos come out is because the kids threaten me with life alert if I don't keep my phone with me all the time. Yes, I'm in Oklahoma. Absolutely. Thanks for coming in, TJ. So yeah, check out KindMaster for that, James. He's asking about a beginning editor for an Android phone. Yes, get an Android, or get some kind, not get an Android, get some kind of a video editor on whatever device you have. Get a either KindMaster, get CapCut, get iMovie is absolutely wonderful. I use iMovie all the time. I have a really high dollar editing software. It's called I can't remember. It's something Pro. Do I use it? No. You can get that little life alert, push the button once a week, and I guarantee they would take it away from you in Anthem or CapCut, right? So anyway, get you an editing software. Watch your videos over and over and over before you put them out. If you ever find yourself falling asleep anywhere at any point in your own video, whenever you're watching it, you need to do something about that. You need to shorten, move, do something with that portion of it. Make sure that it actually holds people. If this one, I almost hate to even talk about this one, but I'm gonna tell you, I learned this one from. I've got a book here called The YouTube Algorithm, and one of the main things it says is make videos for the subscribers you want. Okay. I didn't say make videos for the subscribers you have. It's the subscribers you want. If you have folks who, let me put it this way. Remember, YouTube has millions upon millions, if not billions of people watching it. Okay. You're trying to get the biggest slice of the pie that you can come up with. Remember, those folks don't know the people that you talk about in your videos, that unless they're like other, I hate to say this, but like if you were Mr. Beast, or if you were, say, Andrew Comrade or something, if you were one of the, what I call a big channel, okay, that's a big channel. A lot of people have different ideas of what a big channel is, and I'm telling you what, a big channel is not one that has a lot of subscribers. A big channel is one who has a lot of views. So if you look at a channel with a lot of views, if somebody talks about them, yes, everybody knows them. But if somebody talks about, like say I say something in a video about someone in our community or something like that, most people that are watching YouTube has no idea who I'm talking about. I'm just going to throw that out there right now. So whenever you make a video, make sure that you're making it for the folks that you want to be your subscribers and not necessarily the folks that are your subscribers, because the people who are your subscribers typically will watch the videos if they're, close friends or whatever. They will watch your stuff irregardless. Now, we're all guilty of, not watching all the stuff all the time, because none of us really have time. We all don't have time to keep up with every video that everybody puts out or anything like that. So you just have to make sure that you try to watch stuff as you can. I tried to go through and watch a few different videos today from a few different people and everything. And I think I watched something of Wendy's. I watched Wendy's newest video today. I watched, I'm trying to remember who else. I watched 2 or 3 today. And that's because I really don't have a lot of time to watch and stuff like that. And whenever you're watching videos, watch the video. One of the things that I really don't myself, I just look at it this way. Whenever somebody says they're going to leave you running, or they're, they clicked on your video and they got you running back there in the background or something like that, it means they're not watching it. They're just letting your video run and stuff like that. I'd really rather you just doesn't even do it. If you're not interested enough to watch the video, you know what I'm saying? Just saying. So let's see if anybody has said anything in here. Yeah, Johnny, they have no Johnny. I hope that's Johnny. They have no idea who I am when you talk about comparison. That's absolutely right, Brian. They don't. They have no idea who I'm talking about at all. And I mean, Nanny Tam would know. Jesse would probably know. A few of the other people that watch the channel would know. But by and large, of all the rest of the people that watch the channel, there's absolutely nobody that knows. I'm waiting for a return call, says Christine. So, does anybody else have any questions or anything whenever you come in here? Like, do you have anything else you want me to talk about? One of the things that I can say is you. How am I going to say this? Besides being consistent, and besides making sure that it doesn't bore, what you're putting out isn't going to bore everybody to tears or anything like that. If it's the editing on your video is very, very, very important. Some people can get away with letting a video run full on. I'm not that guy. I can never get along. I mean, I can never get by with just letting a video run the full length of whatever you're doing it takes. If you're doing a task or something like that, just make sure that you break that task down, break it up to make to where it's not just completely monotonous, whatever you're doing and stuff like that. That's going to be kind of huge, I guess you'd say, because people have a TikTok, they got TikTok in their head, and everything's got to be. This one's a good one for you. Shorts, for whenever you do shorts, make sure they're short. I watched several shorts today. I watched several of the community shorts today, and the one thing that there were several, like I said, I watched several of the folks that watch our channel of in our community, in this homesteading type community and stuff like that. I watched several. The one thing that I saw, what I thought was kind of a mistake, and it's because of what happened with me, is if it's way too long, I'll click off of it. Okay. If the short is long, I will click away from it. What you're trying to do with a short is you're trying to get at least 100% view rate on that. That means that somebody stays in your short more than the time, I mean, at least as long as the short was. Most of the shorts that I had put out in the past, and I don't do a whole lot of shorts anymore, but the shorts I used to do, they averaged about 123% view rate, which means that they stayed in the short more than the time that the short was up. So that's huge. If you've got like an 80% short rate, which means that they stay in there, about 3/4 of your short, and then they click off of it and stuff like that, YouTube won't push your short. So make sure that you put out shorts. I don't care. You can even go into your editing software and you can actually edit a short, even to be shorter than it is. Just try to make sure that, people don't get bored with your short, so the way you can tell if your shorts are too long or not is just look and see how long people stay in them. You've got the you've got the analytics to look at that. You can tell how long people stay in your short, and if if you don't have over 100% view rate, or not view rate, but 100% where people stay inside your short and watch it, then you need to do something different. Do something different. Woo woo, shorts, right? I can't stay, but I've been watching since started on TV. Grandson Henry is spending the night with Granny. I'll let it run. Hugs and all right. Thank you, Wanda. But anyway, so that's the main, that on your shorts you want to make sure you've got 100%. You've got to keep them. You got to keep them in there for the full thing, and you want that to show. That's how your shorts actually go. They will actually, you can get a viral short, but you'll never get a viral short that's got 80% view rate. And that's off the start, out the gate. A viral short ends up having to be one that's really getting the view. Somebody actually stays in it long enough to go past the end of the short where the short actually starts over again. So you want to make sure you do that. Look at your old shorts and see where they, how long people have stayed in it. I mean, that's the best thing I can tell you on that. If it tells you what percentage, click away, right? And so not only click away, but how long the people who actually stay in it watch it. The other thing is that I want to tell you about is how long people stay in your videos. And this is your long videos. I've heard people throw out a lot of different numbers, and you'll see the videos on YouTube right now where people say, this is how much money I made with 1,000 subscribers. This is how much money I made in 1 year. This is how much money I made, et cetera, et cetera. The thing about that is the rate that you're paid at per 1,000 views is different per channel. It's not the same. And the reason being is because some channels can hold people in there longer. And if they hold people in there longer, they get different advertisers, different and better advertisers and stuff like that. So whenever you can hold somebody in, sure. She's asked me if she wants me to come back. Let me respond to her. That way she can bounce stuff off of me or whatever. So anyway, different people, different rates and stuff like that. I had the conversation with a YouTuber actually yesterday, and he asked me, and this was in person, he asked me, he said, have you noticed your rate per 1,000 has gone down after November, December? And I said, no, I have not. Let me check real quick. So I checked one of my videos, I think it was the last video I had done at that point. I checked it, and the per 1,000 rate had gone up slightly from the last time I checked it. And he said, well, mine are going down. And I said, all right, let's look at something. I said, how long are you holding them in the video? And he's holding them in the video at a quite a bit shorter time frame. His videos are a little shorter than mine, but he's also holding them in there a little bit less. So his rate per 1,000 has actually gone down because of the time frame that they stay in there. People got to be in there long enough to be in there for those ads and stuff like that. So you got to hold them in the video somehow, whatever your stick is to get them to do that. I'm not going to say it's the same for everybody. Everybody can't be the same way or anything like that. But whatever works for your channel, make sure you have something that holds them in there. When do you know when to call it quits and just move on? I don't know. I've never thought about calling it quits, Dale. I've been pretty discouraged with YouTube in the past. I had a YouTube channel for over a year and something. Whenever I went to Mid America the first time, and I had like 400 and something subscribers, and that was at over a year and something. I'd never made a dime. I didn't even know how to. I didn't even know how to monetize my channel. I think my channel was monetizable for what was it, Jesse? 6 months or so before I actually got it set up to where I could get paid or anything like that. So
And I
what
think
you got
Jesse
to
helped you
do,
with that too, didn't he?
Jesse had to help me get that all set up and everything like that. But I tell you what, the subscribers were coming super slow. I mean, when we went to that Mid America meetup, there were, I think, about everybody we saw was a bigger channel than we were. Yeah, I think close to 4.5 to 5 months after I was able to get, after monetized and stuff like that, before I actually got it set up to where I could actually be paid.
The thing with you though, you had at that time when we went to Tin Killer, you had the watch hours, if I
Oh
remember
yeah.
correctly.
See, that's the thing that the
That's
Gilliam
what we
Farms channel has never had a problem with is watch hours. I mean, when I went to Teen Killer, or Mid America, I had 15,000 watch hours and 400 subscribers. So, you do
yeah.
the math on that. The people that were watching the videos were watching the videos. Let's just put it that way. So, and I didn't have a community or anything like that. I didn't know anybody. We were basically the only YouTubers we knew was us. That was it. We didn't know anybody else. And so, as a matter of fact, whenever we went to Mid America the first time, all the people that they said were big channels that were there, we had no idea who they even were or anything like that.
Yeah.
Bill of My Alaska was in, he was telling me all about this, a big channel, this, a big channel, this big. I didn't even know who any of them was. So just, that's how it all works out. And, but I just wanted to see like,
Well, I have some
if,
questions.
if I had your channel, Dale, um, what I would do, and I understand that you work, and that's the thing. But what I would do is I would try. Your work is actually you teach mechanicking. Okay, that's what you do. You teach mechanicking. I would be working on a tractor every time I turned around. I would be doing something to a tractor where I was packing cylinders or I was, um,
Because those are like
paint.
evergreen videos,
I
aren't
would
they?
I would constantly be doing something that has to do with tractors and stuff like that. You have a lot of knowledge about tractors and things.
That's so sweet, Nanny Tan.
But
So first, say hi to Bill. Bill's in here from my Alaska,
yep.
and then Nanny Tam said that's because you are like everybody's little brother, Johnny. You hold the audience with your genuine personality.
Well, I try to be genuine.
So I do have some questions, and I want to say there is an audience for. I agree, there is an audience for everyone. That's why, like, I want to redo what I'm doing, but I'm just going to ask some questions, and if you guys have other questions, please ask them, and I will go out there. But like for me, I have not put the work in. I realize now how much work it takes to build the channel. I mean, I don't know how people do it that work full time, that have been successful, or what I consider successful, right? But that's why most of them, after so long, they're able to, you know, go on with retirement, go on with whatever, leave their position, but they still work hard and they also have other avenues of resources coming in or whatever you want to call it. But for me, Tony would be great if he would quit repeating himself, long-winded but dedicated. I think he's not. She cracks me up. I'm going to come back to Tony's channel. I'm I like to hear his long-winded because he has a wealth of information, especially with the gardening and stuff that I soak up. I think it's awesome.
Wow, was that a dig at me for not having a job? Oh,
No,
the problem with what you just said is you said not having a job. I actually have many jobs
yeah,
right now,
yeah. Johnny
and
has many jobs. That's why I'm saying
I
it's very
am
hard.
constantly I am constantly working on something. I have to take care of all the cattle. The other thing that I have to do is I have to make sure that there's content enough for 2 videos a week. Then I have to do the editing on all the videos and stuff like that. The editing on a video for me is more than it's 8 to 10 hours. Some videos take more. They take 12 to 15 hours. Um,
Hey, Tamara.
but that is
I didn't finish asking my question either, by the way.
so. Um, I know you're working on farm drones. I
I
know farm
He
is a
knows your
full-time.
T's and C's, Paul. So I do want to ask this. So like for I can't compare to anybody else, but I just know I work full time outside the home, um, with very restrictive time frames, right? So I want to be able to figure out if I can commit to at least one video a week, and that's after looking at. I don't know, when do you start looking at your stats? Because I'm a numbers girl, and that's really crucial. And I watch you studying and analyzing data because that is one of your many jobs. But it's providing it's providing revenue into our life. So we've got to treat it as a business. I mean, I would assume because or like a job, I guess is what I should say, a job. Let's
Yep.
say that because you've got to work so many hours. You got to put in the time, the editing, the content. Thinking of what you're going to do before. But anyway, back to me. It's all about me. What would you say? Like, how do you even figure out like when's the best time to post a video? Do you just do a couple?
Well, the thing that I did to begin with is I did the Friday video. If people who put out a lot of videos and stuff like that, they will understand what I'm getting ready to say. Your videos usually run pretty good for about 2 days. You got about 2 days to try to get as many views as you possibly can. Some of them will actually pull harder and stuff like that, but your big numbers are going to come in the first 2 days whenever you post a video. So after that, you start falling off the recommendations and stuff like that, and it just becomes a lot harder to get views. So you got to find a time whenever you think that people can actually watch your videos. Since my videos tend to be right around 45 minutes long or thereabouts, I go, when do people work? And I'm assuming that, there's quite a few people who watch. I know there's a lot of people who are retired and things like that watch my channel and stuff like that. But there are a lot of people who work that watch it as well. So I started off with putting a video out on Fridays. I started off with 3 o'clock on Fridays. I've had to tweak that to 4 o'clock on Fridays because I found that first hour wasn't hitting as hard as I wanted it to. I found that putting them out at 4 o'clock, that they hit harder. It's really strange. I can put out a video at 3 o'clock on Friday and get less views by 6 o'clock than I can if I put one out at 4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense. It's because they got that recommendation. They were able to actually watch the video right then, and they got going on it. 3 o'clock, people start forgetting about your video. They go, I'll watch it whenever I get a chance, et cetera, and stuff like that. So I found just by experimentation, and this is something else we're going to talk about. PDSA, all right? Plan, do, study, act. So what you're going to do is you're going to plan what you're going to do. Usually every video that I do, I plan it out before I ever video a thing. I figure out what I'm going to do, what I'm going to make the video about, what I'm going to try to make for content, what's going to be the content of it. I'm looking at the long range. I'm looking to see if I can even get a finale on it in time.
Mm-hmm.
So I plan it all out. Then I do the video, which means I film it. I do all that stuff. Then part of doing is actually building the video. I watch my videos over and over and over.
And then he even has me look at different things in it, get my opinion, which
And then I
not
sleep
often.
on it. I sleep on the video and I get up the next morning and I watch it again. And whenever I feel like it is decent enough, then I put it out. So I schedule it. All my videos are scheduled in advance. I don't just make a video and just throw it up right then. I schedule them. I watch it I watch it on YouTube even to make sure that YouTube doesn't have some kind of a glitch. I watch it before anybody ever sees it on YouTube. Then it comes out. Then I study the results. What happened with that video? Did it get the views that I wanted? Did it move as fast in the first 2 hours as I thought it should? If it didn't, then I have to go, well, I'm going to act on that. I'm going to see what I need to do for my next video in order to make it perform the way I want it to. So I'm going to say one of the best tools is how the video performs in the first 2 hours. So you want your video to come up, you want it to be watched by as many people as possible right when you put it out. Now, on the flip side of that, I do some videos called Tuesday, Wednesday videos. I always call it a Tuesday, Wednesday because I don't know if I'm going to have it done Tuesday or Wednesday. So I put it out Tuesday or Wednesday. And the reason I do that is because it's at least 2 days before Friday when I put it out. Mm-hmm. And you need to have for my channel, I need to have 2 days between whenever a video comes out. I know some people can put out a video every day and stuff like that.
That's amazing.
But I want to be able to put out a video and have at least a 2-day spread before my other video that I've already put out came out.
Right.
So my Tuesday, Wednesday videos have actually been doing very, very well. They've been actually outperforming what I thought they should. Usually on Tuesday, Wednesday, I put out something that I don't think is going to perform as well. Friday is the time whenever I put out the videos I think are going to go well. If I'm going to put out a hunting video or something like that, I'll put it out Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that.
So I wanted to address a couple of things in here, Johnny, not to take you off what you're talking about, but up above, I think it was Tamara and Nanny Tam and Andrew are talking about, having fun. And I can say that, Johnny, we have fun. And that's one of the nice things is if he's making this into his, job and his career, it's one he loves and enjoys. That's why he puts so much effort into making good videos, good content, good thumbnails, because he enjoys that, and that represents him and our, I don't want to call it brand or whatever it is, but we want to give the best to everybody that's watching, that's taking the time. And so that's part of it, but he loves that. If it ever became where he didn't enjoy it, he would be done. We would be done.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If I ever get to the point where I don't enjoy doing it,
then I would say don't do it.
But me, I'll tell you, I've always been like this. Yeah. Every single thing that I have ever done in my life, I tried to be the best that I could be at it. And
hunting, racing,
I've had, from my first job all the way up, I always tried to see how far I could go up it. And I've had a lot of success because of that. And YouTube was just another thing. I was like, well, when we started the channel, it was actually when I started the channel, it was a way long time ago. And I started just to post a couple of videos because your phone couldn't send like a video of a race or something like that, because back then the phones weren't, so I think my channel shows that it's been there for 11 or 12 years now.
Yeah.
I think the channel shows it's like 12 years old or something like that.
But then we
But
got into doing it for the grandkids, wasn't
but
it?
yeah, and then I wanted to put out stuff after my dad died. I wanted to put out stuff because I between my dad and my grandparents, I couldn't remember everything that they told me, and I thought, well, it'd be cool if they could, the grandkids could ever see something like that. So I started doing some stuff with that and everything. Then, at the point we are now, what I like to do is I like to actually make it, because I can spend a lot of money with this YouTube thing. I can actually
Oh yeah.
do, like if I had to, the money that I spend at these auctions and stuff like that, the drag racing, the all the different things.
Hunting.
Right now, YouTube actually takes care of all that. So I don't have to, worry about any of that. So the content I create, YouTube actually pays for all of it.
Yeah.
Like our trip, you know, like poverty tour and stuff like that. It was able to actually pay for that. We need new tires for a car or something like that. YouTube pays for that. Um, so that's where I'm at with it. It actually works out, and it actually is what do you call it? It's not one of those things to where you just get stuck at one amount. Um, I was looking at the pay rate over the last year, and the pay rate is actually, well, let's just put it this way. A year ago, I was making $300 a month.
Yeah.
1 year ago,
Yeah. But
um,
you had to get to that point. It's not like you just, I think sometimes I worry, and I've been that way myself, where I'm like, oh, I hope this is the video, and I don't produce videos like that. That's not me. I mean, I'm just having fun. But a lot of people kind of think that they're just going to automatically make that, but they don't. I think you have to put in the work. It's what I see. I'm sorry. I'm just, as a wife who sees how much time you put into it, you have to do the work to get paid like that. Anyway, that's just me. I probably spoke too much. I do want to speak to Paul Honeyman. He likes all your videos, but the cow auctions, and so does Tamara. But for those that don't like them, there's a big group that does like them. So we do
that's
different
true.
things.
So
You know,
if you'll go through all the comments on the videos, you'll see all the time in there that you'll see people say, "Are you ever going to put out
we
another
appreciate
cattle
it.
auction? Are you ever going to put out another cattle auction?" And if you look at the cattle auction videos, I've got cattle auction videos that have got upwards of 300,000 views. I got one I put out like a month and a half ago. It's got 100 and something thousand views on it. And these are full videos. They're not shorts and stuff like that.
Will do, Dale.
We'll do, Dale. Praying for his uncle. Everybody
Yeah,
pray for Dale's uncle.
please. So we do appreciate those of you that go in and watch it and make a comment and stuff. But that's just part of our lives, though. Is going to we got to evaluate what prices are, and people do like the videos, so that's why we do them. It's part of what we do.
Hey,
If
Bowen, good to
Johnny's
see you.
videos are what he does. I mean, he uh, understand that, Johnny and Christine. I'm not putting them down. I understand others prefer. Oh, I know you're not, Paul. I think it's good discussion. I think it's good to talk about that, because what I've also seen, because I'll go in there and look at Johnny's comments from people, can't make everybody happy. And I'm not saying that about you guys. I'm just saying that everybody has something to say about all the other rabbit auction. I'm not going to watch for them
Hey,
anymore.
Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
Hugs from Hawaii. Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. It does take a lot of time to edit.
Yeah, you
Thank you
got to
for
work
coming
that
in, by the way.
algorithm. I mean, and when we say work the algorithm, Jesse always said something that stuck in my head forever is, if you're going to play in their sandbox, you got to play by their rules. And their rules are the algorithm. The algorithm, and it may take times for you to get back matched up with that algorithm, but that's if you want to take it to that level, right? I
My
love
second act, Steve, one thing people need to know is flying drone needs I guess I need to finish that sentence.
flying drones need
I'm
a,
I'm assuming you mean a license. Yes, I have one.
yep.
I have a license. I have a drone number. I have all those things.
Yeah, we're by the books. If you don't know that about us, you should know that about us.
I wanted to see a video of Johnny getting the cell out of a porta potty. Yeah, that was a
Oh
thing.
my God. I don't want to talk about that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got all that, Steve. So we're all
I mean,
good.
why
Um,
would we assume we don't, though? That's the question I have.
yeah, yeah. I've
Sorry. I'm very blunt.
I've talked about that many times in the
I
past.
know. I don't.
So, but anyway,
Okay. Yeah, we're good, Steve. Thanks. Um,
I did get blue. That's for sure.
yeah, you ever heard that group called the Blue Man's Group?
Oh
My
yeah,
husband, apparently, I saw them in concert. You weren't quite that bad, but
yeah.
with auctions, you need to be interested in something they're selling. I think that helps a lot too. Like I love auction videos. Now I like the cow video, the livestock because that's what we do. And I learn. I like to watch videos to learn, not just to watch. I'm not big on I don't know how to put this. If I'm going to spend time, it's more about on a video, it's about me learning, unless I've really totally invested in a channel and there's not a whole lot of, like, I'm a 53-year-old female. You know who my favorite thing to watch, my guilty pleasure is? Johnny knows. And it's all Jesse's fault. It's Ford man, or what's his
I'm
name?
a Ford man.
Simon Foreman. It's all about mechanics. I love it. But I see his hand on the equipment. I see what he's doing. He doesn't ever talk. It's ASMR. But what I don't know, Johnny teaches me, and that's how I'm learning. And I think that's why I'm so attracted to that channel, right? Where, I don't always watch all Johnny's videos. He knows it.
Yeah. I really, if I had my way, every video I made, I would never say a word in it if I had my own way. But I have too many people who actually they want to hear some talking at some point in the video and stuff like that. I would like to just, put,
I'm a
you know,
with my ADHD and everything else I got going on, I prefer ASMR videos. I want to see what people are doing. That's just me. But then there's people that I love to listen to them and watch. Maybe that's because of the friendships and stuff, like
that's the thing. There's so many different people who have so many different, um, so many different likes and stuff like that. Like Dale was telling me last night that he does not like ASMR where they're not
nuts.
talking.
No.
He has to have somebody talking. So he makes his videos talking and stuff like that because that's the type of thing he likes. I like to see things being done. I like to see things happening. I don't really care to hear a bunch of stuff from them talking. I would just like them to put the camera on what they're doing and do it.
But see, like our sister-in-law, she can't stand that channel because they're not talking and she doesn't really know what they're doing. I don't really know what they're doing either, but then I also have him who can ask me. I may ruin it for you. I don't know because we watch them together because I'm asking so many questions. But golly, I love it because I'm just learning so much. But it helps me understand the mechanics of the car. But that's something I'm into. I love gardening. I have a Tulsa trip Monday to find out which one it is. So the only place I know is the track. I hope I find out. That's Corey. Thanks,
Yeah,
Paul.
he
I look
needs
every bit 53
everybody
plus.
pray for Corey. He's got
Okay.
he's got
Okay.
a health issue going on, and everybody pray for him.
Yes.
Is narrating a video easier to edit? I would think that you could narrate one. There's a couple of channels that pull it off. Well, there's a bunch of channels that pull that off really well. I don't like to narrate Myself, I have done it in the past. I like to try to talk about it while it's actually happening, when it's going on right there. The only time I've ever had to narrate anything is whenever something was going on with the mic, the wind was blustering or something like that, and to me, Johnny, to me, it's your voice that kept me so much in the start. Like Paul, the bearded carpenter, your voice is our
Yeah.
social media educator. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Y'all
Thanks
are
so
so
much.
good to us, and we appreciate every single one. And I love this conversation because I don't know, it gets me thinking. Nanny Tan says, I love cooking videos, especially the ones the video overhead. They don't talk, they just cook. That is something I want to try. I got to figure out how to get where you can do the focusing and stuff and what kind of camera. I like that. I really would like to try that because I'd like just to do it. But I also don't want to just be a cooking channel, is my goal. I'm
Thank you,
probably not
Paul.
going to be doing, what do you call those, Johnny, that I've done in the past?
Those collaborations.
Collaborations, because that's where I didn't enjoy it. It got to be too stressful to find a time to make time to do those on certain time frames and stuff. Um,
She was
so,
on. She was on a yeah. She was on a time crunch and stuff like that. And
and it's poor planning on my
Christine
part.
works. Her job doesn't end at
Yeah, it's
like
not
five
just
o'clock like a lot of
40
people
hours a
does.
week.
It just keeps going. And so on collaboration, we found that most every collaboration she did, she was trying to finish the video the morning of the same day that the collab was supposed to be coming out on, and stuff like that, and very
Because
stressful.
I made a promise, so
But if she can find a time whenever she can put out a video of some kind of consistency on her own without being on a time crunch, um, like that, then
thanks,
it
Jesse.
should work out better for her.
So, Paul Honeyman, you're so funny. I can be quiet.
Tyler, I absolutely use IMAX.
I'll
Or
be
I'm
right back.
sorry, iMovie, IMAX,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
IMAX. That's
that's
what
what
you
he
go and
uses it
watch
on.
stuff on iMovie. I use iMovie for everything that I do. Um, I have just found it to be the best fit for me. I do everything on an iMac computer. Everything transfers over from my phone whenever I do video from my phone. It's just so simple. There are a lot of things that I can't do that you can do in some of the. I think what's that? Adobe Premiere Pro is the one we have. We have an Adobe Premiere Pro as well that you can do so much more with. But the problem with Adobe Premiere Pro is the, I guess, the learning curve on that is pretty steep. Um, if y'all can figure out how I can retire, I'll be more involved. We're working on it. So good Sunday morning, our frugal cozy home. Annie, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Um, so anyway, I said I would share some screens and stuff like that. One of the things I want to talk about is, does anybody know what SEO score is? Search engine optimization. Do you know what? How do you get that up? You've probably seen people, if you're a creator, you've saw people whenever you start your channel, they would come in and stuff and tell you how they could help you with your SEO score. Um, do you guys have any idea? Yeah, Dale's got it. Dale's up on the SEO stuff. Um, how you're trying to bring that score up. Um, I can go over that with you guys. That would help. I'm sure that would help some of you. I watched some videos today of you know of different things, and okay, I've Grok Max my SEO. I have Grok Max my SEO. All right, I'm interested. Bill, what's
What is that?
Grok?
So while he's telling you
You
that,
have a I'm assuming you have an AI program that is. doing your SEO stuff for you.
And
That's
that
what
gets
I'm.
into that plan, do, study, act that you're talking about, right?
What's
PDSA.
that?
Well, using that as a tool
Right,
to study or analyze.
right.
Annette,
So
what
I
Mr. Wilson?
saw what you said you made in 2025 a while ago. Grok is Twitter AI program million times better than Google. Okay, I don't use either one. So, um, Joe Jacobson, SEO is like getting listed at the front of the yellow page and
Me
used
too,
to be.
Angie.
SEO scores are to help to get your a search. If somebody did a search engine, I'll give you an example. Whenever somebody puts in, say, they're looking for something, um, and you come up on their search engine, whatever it is, because whenever you go into Google, um, and say you Google something, and it'll have a few different places that can do this, and then it'll have videos on how this is done. What is really really good for your channel is if you end up being like one of the first two or three videos that is there showing how to do whatever it is that you're wanting to have done. I've got a few where you look it up and you're going to find my video is going to be like one of the first ones. And that is huge because on those evergreen videos, especially, they just keep traveling. They just keep moving. Evergreens are money makers continuously. They just make money the whole time. They they might be seasonal. I've got one right now. I put it out over a year ago, and it's about how to flush out the
The night
heater core on a what's that, Jeep
that
Liberty?
Jeep Liberty, yeah, our grandson used
How
to
to
have.
flush out a heater core on a Jeep Liberty. Just keeps going. I mean, if you look up anything about that, there it's going to go. It's going to go right to Gilliam Farms, how to flush it out, and stuff like that.
Kathy, thank you for the prayers over everybody. That's very sweet. Thank you.
This is good right here. Jesse's got put this up here. Easy way to think of SEO is a checklist of things you should do before publishing your video to maximize your results. Exactly.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to go, let me find a video.
Troy said, my problem is with my neurological age, it's hard for thoughts to go from my brain to my mouth on the spur of the moment. And when it does, it's usually not good. Well, brother, I've got the same problem, but it's not neurological. It's just being a hummingbird. But I think you need to figure out what you do best. And even if you do have that problem, I think there's people that understand that. But I think you're probably more self-confident. I'm not self-confident, but have more concerns about it than anybody watching your videos do. Because I know I've watched your videos and I don't see any issues or concerns you should have. Let's put it that way. And let's see here. Yes, we still love you, Troy. SEO is like getting listed to the front of the yellow pages and used to be. I don't know. I don't know nothing about it.
I'm going to find something here. You can
Yeah,
just keep.
David likes to debate. um, Bill asked me from my Alaska if I'd watched a channel about does ASMR cook. I've not. I'll have to check it out. I think if I could do videos where I don't have to talk, I'd be a lot better.
So I'm gonna mute myself for just a second because I have to listen to something. But let me do that. And
Oh, it's
like
my
I said, you're
turn.
gonna have to keep talking.
I get to talk. So, did everybody have a good Saturday? I went and got groceries for just for a few more days, and then I went to work, and I enjoyed that because I love being productive, and it was a productive day. And then I ran over here and got on here with Johnny because it's chilling with the Gilliams with some information about YouTube. Because I think part of this is I have been harping at him about I really like doing YouTube videos, but I just don't know what I'm doing. But also, I get discouraged sometimes. And so he thought this would be good things to share with everybody because we see, people get discouraged. And even though you feel like it's fun, if you're discouraged, then that's why I took a break. I enjoy my Bible studies on Monday nights with Ginger. I love it. Um, and if that's all I ever do, I'm fine with that. But I'd like to do some additional videos because, this girl's thinking about retiring one day and it's not about the money. It's like, I want to have there's no way I can never not work. Right. Okay. I've chatted enough and probably said things I shouldn't. No, my excavator quit working today. Won't be fixed until Monday. Well, that stinks. What happened to it? I totally get that, Troy. I was a mess after my stroke. I quit making videos. I had trouble in talking and dysfunctional right hand and foot, and I lost interest. Night Tamara. I think though, one thing though is I think, once you go through stroke and have different things that some of that could be good physical therapy. I wonder, just working through that.
All right, I'm going to add something to the stage here real quick. Good night, Tamara.
Night Tamara. Thank y'all for hanging out
So,
with us.
let me add this to the stage. I hope some of you guys
Are
can
you
see
guys
this.
going to leech auction tomorrow? Seems like it would be a good one. I'm not.
We'll be there. We'll be there. All right.
I wish I was going to be there.
So, can you guys see that screen at all? Is it big enough? Or?
Maybe for them. It's pretty small for me, but I don't have to look at it.
Yeah, let me see if I can make it bigger somehow. All right. Can you guys see that screen at all? You notice something up here in the called an SEO score. It's in the green. It says 95 right there. If you can see that there's an SEO score of 95. You're trying to go to 100. Okay, and the way you get to that, is you actually go down here and you look at these best practices, and that's going to be between all the numbers and the hashtags or the tags at the bottom. High resolution thumbnail. Yes. Info cards added. No, I have not done that. Things that could help this get to a 100 or so on the SEO score, which several of the videos I've done have 100, but this one's got 95. Chapters added could help. Captions added on this one. End screen added. Liked on Facebook. Comment pinned. Comment hearted, etc., etc. So whenever you have a video, what you want to do is you want to go in there. That is actually in my YouTube. That is TubeBuddy. So Nanny Tam, that's TubeBuddy right there. So you'll notice that it has all those things. Excuse me, I'm gonna have to get a drink. It has all those things going for it. And so all the tags down there are what helps to get that the 95 SEO score, as well as the other practices. So whenever you have a video come out, you want to go in and you want to find a comment somebody has made, whether it's I see some people, I think Tony does a lot of where he'll make a comment and he'll tag his own comment. What I do is I find a comment in the comment section, and I will pin one of the comments. That's one of the best. That's the best practice. Pin one of the comments. Then I will go in and I'll try to comment to most everybody, or at least heart them or something. I read all the comments. I promise you guys, I read this stuff. So I read the comments and I heart and I comment back and things like that. TubeBuddy is free, Nanny Tam. So then you can put it over on Facebook. Like you can go to Facebook and you can put out a video on Facebook or whatever. or you can put it in your like on your Facebook page. And if somebody likes it on Facebook, it says liked on Facebook. It's just it helps it be searchable, I guess you'd say. There's something else there that's creator suggested at 0 for 20. I would like that to be better than that, but this one's got a 0 of 20. That means that of the next 20 suggested videos, your video will be something in there. I have 0 of 20, which means that this uh, of all the next 20 videos that somebody sees, mine is probably not going to be one that they're going to see. I have some videos that have 5 of 20 and stuff like that. And what happens is you want the uh, people to find your channel from, they watch your video, and then they have the suggested videos and they go to them, and your video ends up being, of the next 20, you end up being 4 or 5 of those or something like that. So that's, oh, Bill's having an earthquake. We've had them in Oklahoma too.
Brian said there is an going on in Stonewall, maybe it's Oklahoma, has cars and trucks this week.
Send me some info. Send me some info, Brian, on that, please. So anyway, I'm gonna come off of this one, but that kind of gives you an idea of how to get your SEO score up so that your stuff is searchable, findable by people out there who are in YouTube land. I'm going to get out of that.
So, John, I have a previous question up here. Anytime I want you to talk about hashtag, from what you've told me, difference in hashtags.
Do what?
Anything I asked earlier, if you do hashtags, and there's a different tag and hashtags. And,
you're breaking up real bad, babe.
Okay. We'll talk about shorts.
Okay. Pop out and come back. See if that fixes it. All right. So, Nanny Tam, on the hashtag thing, I use tags are what we use in an actual video. It's not a hashtag. Like if you're doing a title in an actual video, a long form video, don't hashtag it. Just put it in the tagline. There's a spot in there for tags. And if you'll go in whenever you're putting your video out, if you'll go to more on that, yeah, I don't know if she went out the way she thought she was. Anyway, a 4.1, about 20 miles away, just a little shaker. Yeah. But on shorts, I hashtag all the way to the end. Let's just put it that way. In the actual title of a short. Long form video, put it in the whenever you're building your video, you put it as tags. Hashtags for shorts. Makes sense. I never use hashtag. I see a lot of people use hashtag, subscribe, stuff like that. I never use that. I just use hashtag for, what the video, what it's actually about or something. Howdy, how are you? There's Randy. Heard that outdoors. Had to make sure. Uh-oh, she said she's done. She's got hotspot issues. All right, so you guys are stuck with me. Send it to your messenger. Not sure if it's an auction or just a sale. Claims all vehicles have titles. Okay, thank you. Not sure if it's an auction or just a sale. Yeah, that place that you're talking about, that I know what you're talking about. It's a salvage yard, and they're just trying to sell a bunch of cars. It's not an auction. I put a lot of hashtags in the description. Right. You have a spot, unless YouTube has changed, because YouTube is constantly changing. You have a spot for 500 characters. I use all them up in the tags department and stuff like that. As far as subscribers and things like that, once you get to 1,000 subscribers, really you shouldn't have to. Oh, you said you were done, but you're back.
Well, I mean, you don't know how long I'll be back. I can leave though.
No, that's good. You're here. Bounce stuff off each other. So subscribers, what the way you work
Hey,
your
Julie.
subscribers and stuff like that. That's Randy, I think. Heard that outdoors. Yeah, it's salvage yard, right? So, but anyway, the way that works is you just you put out your videos and you gather subscribers from your videos. You whether it be shorts or long form videos. Bye. So anyway, she's gone again. You put out videos and you gather your subscribers from your shorts or your videos and stuff like that. Don't get too hung up on the numbers or anything like that. As long as you're over 1,000 subscribers, you're monetized. It doesn't really, don't get too wound up about the figures after that or anything. Um, I'll tell you, the subscribers will come on their own. You don't have to try to do a bunch of different things to get subscribers. They will just come on from your videos and stuff like that. I'll give you an example. This channel had, right before New Year's, I think it was the day before New Year's, we had 29,960 subscribers. And I told Christine, I said, it would be really cool if we could get to 30K by the New Year's. Well, the next day, and New Year's was whenever we had our live, and that's when we were going to do our live. And by the time we had our live at 5 o'clock on New Year's afternoon, we had 30,100 subscribers. Right now we got 30,000, about almost six. I can't remember how many it is. It's like, oh, let me look here. Like I said, don't get wound up on that. Of course, it wants to do a software update. Remind me later. 30,492 right now. So, like I said, the subscribers just come. You don't have to really do. It's not the same when you're not with Johnny, right? Better keep my opinion to myself. Don't have many friends left. So you got friends. Yeah, it's 30,492, Bill. And so the subscribers just come. You don't have to do anything special or anything like that. You just put out the content and then let the subscribers come to the content and stuff. So yeah, thank you, Tamara. But like I said, it's not about subscriber numbers. It's about views on the videos. That's where you get paid. You get paid on the views on the videos. And how long you can hold somebody in a video to actually get the what do you call it, to get the ads and stuff like that. Whenever you can hold them in there for, on average, at least 8 minutes. If you can hold them in there for 8 minutes, you get a better ad and you get a better pay rate and stuff like that. Your wife is laughing, Corey. So, but anyway, I didn't really want to if anybody has any other specific questions or anything like that, I would like to go over it and stuff like that. But I can tell you that the best thing is make sure that your shorts are not too long. If you give somebody a chance to click out of a short, they will every time. Um, if you have a long form video, watch it over and over and over again. Make sure that you don't ever find a place to click out of it yourself because you're bored with it or anything like that. Don't be afraid to change the video up. Don't be afraid to move it around, stuff like that. One of the things I like to do with my videos, not everybody can do this. Not everybody likes to do stuff like this or anything like that, but I love it. One of the things I like to do is I try not to put much of myself in the video. I try to make the video about the task, not me. I'm not trying to, the video is not about me. The video is about whatever the task happens to be. So you'll notice, like on the auction videos, usually you see me at the very beginning of it whenever I say I'm here or I'm driving down the road and where I'm going. And then I show where I'm at, at the very end, what I bought. That's usually the times whenever you kind of see me a little bit. The rest of the time I try to leave myself out of it. Because I don't think people are there to specifically just look at my mug or anything like that. I think people are there to see what is going on. So that's the way I like to make my videos. Now, if you have good success in other ways, that is great. I applaud you for that. I actually do. The average is 9 Acre Family Farms. The average around 6 to 8 minutes. That's actually good. That's a good amount. I was looking at most of my videos and stuff like that, especially the auction stuff and everything. I usually hold people for about 16 to 20 minutes usually. Yeah, we haven't seen Danny in a minute. It depends upon how many views you get, Dale, on that. If you have a 45-minute video in 6 minutes, 6 minutes is horrible unless you have, if you have 100,000 views on it, 6 minutes averaged over 100,000 is actually pretty good. That means a lot of people have actually been in there longer and stuff like that. If you have, if the smaller amount of people that you have watch your videos, if you don't have very many people stay in there, it skews the numbers quite a bit. Yeah, Danny is actually he's doing well. Everybody out there is taken care of. Let's just put it like that. And Dale, that's the thing. It's based on how many views your video gets. Like I said, if you get 100,000 views on a video and you hold them for 6 minutes on average, you're doing pretty decent. If you get 100 videos or 100 views, then it's different. It's different based on how many views you get and stuff like that. So hey Julie, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you guys. Anybody else have any questions for me or anything like that? I want to make this as part of one of the things that I would like to do Dale did that 9x9 challenge. And one of the things about 9x9 for me is I would like to help people as much as I possibly can. Many smaller new channels or less optimized videos see lower figures like 2-3 minutes absolute AVD regardless of length on a 10-minute video on AVD of 4 to 6 minutes. 46 APP is considered solid. Okay. I don't know what most all that meant, but maybe you can explain it to me in person one of these days. There's a lot of, like I said, I've had a lot of people tell me you get X amount of dollars per 1,000 views, you get X, stuff like this. And I have found that it's all different for everybody. It is absolutely different. Whenever you go to a video and they say, this is how much money I made per after I got 1,000 subscribers and stuff like that, it just doesn't, it's all different for everybody. It is absolutely different because I know people who do the exact same type of content that I do. I know people who do, they put out the same auction videos, they put out the same stuff and everything like that. Their rate per thousand is different than my rate per thousand. It's how long you can hang somebody in that video and stuff like that. So it makes a different deal. Boy, Jesse is just throwing them out there. He's throwing them out there. I'm so I'm so far of doing a good video. I'm what? I'm so far of doing a good video. I'm confused. I'm confused right now, Tony. Yeah, and small channels after 2 or 3 minutes, established channels with a 10-minute video sees 4 to 6 minutes per video. What I can tell you right now, my rate on a 20,000 view video is about 16 to 18 minutes. I'm sorry, 16 to 21 minutes is what I hold them in there for. It seems to work out pretty good because the pay rate is actually pretty solid. Right, I'm not ashamed to say what I make or anything like that. On average, I make more than $2,500 a month on this. And it just continuously keeps going up. I mean, 3 months ago, it was averaging 2,000. 3 months before that, it was averaging 1,500. Before that, it was, a couple of months before that, it was averaging 1,000. Stuff like that. So it's one of those things to where I think in 2026, it's going to be actually probably, I expect by the end of 2026 to be making close to $5,000 a month or so. And that's just if I stay at the rate of growth that I'm staying at right now. Yeah, I watched Tony's video today too. He was taking care of the neighbors' critters over there. Thank you, Bill. Yeah, and that's what I would. And Christine said, "Good, I can be a kept woman," and that would be great. That would be great. That's what our plan is for 2026. 2026, Gilliam Farm should be totally paid off in 2026. We shouldn't owe anybody anything. And if Trump can get rid of these property taxes and stuff like that, then we wouldn't even have that. So, you know, if I can continue with the YouTube thing, and that's my goal, to keep on with YouTube, because I can tell you right now, YouTube is going to be one of those things that it's so outpaces what I would get with Social Security that I'm going to continue on with that. I'll be 61 in March, and 62 I'll be eligible for early Social Security, but I'm not going to take it. I'm just going to keep on putting out videos and stuff like that. So, yep, and earnings are usually expressed as RPM, revenue per mil, earnings per thousand views, right? And I looked up the earnings per thousand views last night. It was like around $14 per thousand. So, yeah, we're trying to get rid of all these taxes, right? Like I said, we'll be paid off in 2026. We won't have any house or land payments whatsoever. We've worked that way down right now. We won't owe anything. We don't have a car payment. So all we have is utilities and property taxes and house insurance and stuff like that. So that'll make it so much easier on us to, be able to do the things that we want to do. Anytime you see an AI created video, click do not recommend channel. Yeah, I'm not, I hate AI stuff. I really do. I see AI and everything. I see it, these cartoonish looking thumbnails and things like that. And when I say cartoonish, I mean really cartoonish, not ones where they're just kind of touched up and stuff. But I mean, I see cartoonish looking thumbnails. It like the person the like like Saturday morning cartoons way back in the day type of deal. Yeah, it feels great to be debt free, living free. Absolutely. Higher paying niches, tech, finance, business, 10 to 20 plus per thousand views, some reports. Yeah, yeah. Um, tech, finance, business. Yeah, I'm not any of those, but um, and Jesse's just throwing up there like what they might earn and stuff like that. This means 10,000 views might earn 20 to 120, 100,000 views might earn 200 to 1,200. Exactly. And that's what I've experienced. I've got videos that have made upwards of $3,000. So, um, Jesse is the mod fathers for sure. Look at him throwing that stuff out there. He's just throwing it out there. Um, but I guess my main thing is, guys, don't give up. Um, keep on, keeping on, because I tell you what, there's so many times that I just wanted to throw in the towel on YouTube and everything. I went for I don't know how long where the average views on my videos were 150 to 150 to 250 views. Um, a lot of videos like that. I mean, a lot of videos and stuff like that. And the thing is, I just kept putting them out and kept putting them out and kept putting them out. And finally, YouTube goes, he's not a quitter. And if you're not a quitter, they understand that, and they start thinking, well, they're always going to be putting stuff out, because worst thing would be to really put a bunch of effort into something like YouTube, start putting effort into your channel and then you quit on them. You know what I mean? They just start moving you and then you're done, and, appreciate you. I know where your heart about helping everyone. We all have things to learn and continue to grow and improve. Absolutely. Hey, jailbait. There's Gary. You're not late. You're right on time. Thanks for coming in, buddy. But if does anybody else have any questions or anything like that? Um, one of the things I want to express, I want to absolutely express to you guys, I believe this deeply in my soul. A big channel is not a channel with a lot of subs. A big channel is a channel that gets a lot of views. So whenever you're looking at channels, look at the views. Do you store all your videos on your computer or a separate hard drive? Separate hard drives. Absolutely. I use solid state, usually 4 terabyte hard drives. I store everything. You never know whenever you're going to want to go back and grab a clip, like I just had to last week on a video that I did, showing a guy who bought a tiny little anvil to put it in there because he came up and we talked, and at a later time he said, you videoed me buying an anvil and an auction. I spent an hour and a half looking for that clip and I found it, and I was able to put it in the next video, and he loved it. Hey, Troy, make great thumbnails and titles to get views. Absolutely. Um, there's a lot of people who put out clickbait uh, titles and things like that. And on the clickbait stuff, if it works for some channels. There's several channels here in Oklahoma that works for. I'll just put it that way. They put out a bunch of stuff about, I've seen channels put out, the government wants to take my property and it's because they have to pay property taxes every year or something like that. just like everybody else. You'll find that most of the major clickbait stuff where they're talking about the government's doing this or they're going to do that to me or this, that, or the other, it's typically stuff about it's typically just normal stuff that we all have to deal with. You watch that stuff at your own risk. Yeah, large channels, tens of thousands a month, right? Top creators, hundreds of thousands to millions a year, right? What do you consider a good retention rate during length of time? On a short, I consider a good retention rate 123% of your short, which means that they stay in there longer than your short, and they actually watch about a quarter of it again. That's what I consider good retention rate on a short. On a video, it just depends upon the length of the video. If you have like a 10-minute video and you can keep somebody in there for, if you're a channel that doesn't get a lot of views or something like that, if you can keep them in there for 3 minutes or so, that's probably pretty good. I was telling everybody what my retention rate is on mine. I keep people in a 45-minute video for 16 to 21 minutes on average. So if you can hold them longer, you can actually get more ad revenue because more ads can be played on your channel in that time frame. But if you're doing shorts, look for 120%. If your shorts are getting 80% view, which means somebody's clicking off early on a short, that should never really happen. Clicking off early on a short should never happen. You want to go back through your shorts. Look at how long people have stayed in there. Good night, Angie. Love you. Make sure they stay in there the whole time. Well, guys, has anybody got any other questions right now? I'm up for a question, or I'm up to end this and let you guys go about your evening. Hey, Sal, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. Subscribers is just a number of views is what pays. A channel with 30,000 subs can make thousands more than a channel with over 1 million subs. The views are greater for the 30,000 sub channel. That right there, I got to highlight that. There you go. There you go. Right there. Spot on. I mean, that's it. You've got to have the views on your channel. You have got to have the views. So there's other people that can talk about all kinds of other things with YouTube. There are different ways of, people growing their channels and things like that. I can tell you, I've absolutely grown this one organically. I've grown it with videos and stuff like that. That's the way it's always grown. And I'm just going to leave that there. But there are all kinds of ways to do things. I am due for my first monetization payment soon, but 2 nights ago I lost 300 watch hours below 4K. The reason why you lost 300 watch hours is because it's been a year. Watch hours get based on 365 days. You had something a year ago that actually gave you a lot of watch hours, and once 365 days pass since that time, you lose a bunch of watch hours. So remember, everything with YouTube is based on 365 days. So if you have, say, 15,000 watch hours because you had a really great video or something like that, and then a year goes by and you haven't really done all that much since then, all of a sudden you'll see your watch hours just drop and stuff like that. So Christine said, or he hit 1 million subs. That's not true. He didn't hit 1 million subs. He hit a million. He hit. I think he hit 100 million views is what he hit, not 1 million subs. Yeah, I think she said that views. Yeah, not subs. Good night, Nanny Tam. Hey, Janae. It updates daily. Right, it does update daily because every day it's a different from your 365 days. So 365 days from today, like today is the 365th day. Tomorrow it's gonna get rid of that first day. It's gonna get rid of the first day every time. Every day is gonna be getting rid of that 365 days back. Every day. Have a lot of questions, probably better in person. Absolutely, Dale. Anytime. I'd like to talk to you. Anytime you want to talk. Yeah, it's a rolling, that the 365 days is rolling. Absolutely. So it's all based on a year. Hey, Jonathan Candelaria. I hope I didn't butcher that too bad. God bless from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Absolutely. God bless you. So, has anybody got any other anything? I mean, I can go into all kinds of stuff. Yes, every day you will lose what you gained 365 days ago. Right. So when should I post a video? You need to post a video when you think somebody can watch it. Right there. You should post a video when you think somebody can watch it. What should be done about rude comments? Leave them. I get all kinds of rude comments. I always consider it YouTube doesn't care, and rude comments actually are their interaction. So you can actually probably thank those people for actually helping to promote your channel, because I don't know how many rude comments I've gotten. I've gotten so much. I've been called a boomer so many times, and all gramps and just all kinds of stuff like that. No, she edits her own videos. She absolutely does that. Are lives worth doing? Lives are worth doing. Lives are worth doing for your community. Um, if the way you make, if to make money on live, it's basically super chats and things like that. Um, we don't get a lot of super chats. We get a few, not many and stuff. But that's the way you would make anything off of a live. But a live is for your people. That's the reason why we do lives. We do lives for our people. We don't do lives because lives aren't going to increase the amount of money. Like I can't say, well, I'm going to do, instead of doing, what, 6 lives a month. I think that's what we do right now. 6 lives a month, four Thursdays and 2 Saturdays a month. I can't say, well, I'm going to double up the lives that I do a month and I'll make a lot more money. No, it won't happen like that. So what you want to do is you do lives for your community, for your folks and stuff like that. What have you done with the Jeep you bought at the auction? The Jeep I bought at the auction. Which one? I bought 3 Jeeps at the auction, and one of them, the black one, never made it home with me. Let's just put it that way. There are 2 other Jeeps that have made it home with me that I got at an auction. One is actually slated to be a startup video pretty soon. Have had comments telling me I'm fat, disgusting, should just end myself. Dale, on that type of a comment and stuff like that, I would probably I would probably I might delete that one. I think that anything that wants you to do self harm or anything like that, I think that that's something that probably should go away. Um, I'm not big on that. I'm not that bullying thing. Just don't get it. But I do get a lot of disparaging comments. I really do, a lot. Um, but I have not had anybody to tell me I needed to end myself yet. That's not happened yet. Yes, there you go. Jesse said that's so wrong, Dale. Don't let those comments frustrate you. Don't let them steal your righteous peace and joy. Absolutely. the the mail Jeep style. That one is slated to be the startup video. I've actually already started that, but I'm not going to put that video out until, and when I say started it, started doing the work. I'm not going to put that video out until the work is completed. I've reported some. I've heard lives can help if you repost about 12 hours later. Any thoughts? Well, they post anyway. Um, I don't know what you mean by reposting 12 hours later. You're only going to get. I mean, you've got people you got people in your live, right? So you got these folks in your live right now. They're watching it. They're probably not going to watch it again. So they're not probably not. They might not be part of your replay crew. I guess is what I'm trying to say. So the people after that are the people who missed your live, right? Those are the ones that actually you have at that point you've got your monetization and everything turned on. You might put in some mid rolls and stuff like that, and you might make a little bit of money at that point. But my experience is we get about right now we're getting like 400 views after the fact or so on a live, and that's really not enough to even worry about on adding mid rolls and doing different things like that. I I don't consider a live as being any kind of an income generator. Um, an income, they can. I've seen some channels. I think I saw Dalton at Pole Barn Garage one night get like $2,000 in super chats or something like that. I've seen some channels they just keep throwing money at them and stuff. But remember, YouTube gets about 45% of that. So if you throw $100 at somebody, just realize that YouTube's going to get about $45 of it, and 65 is going to go to whoever you were throwing it to. If you get $10, same thing. They get 45% of $10, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I just heard this on Tony listening. Dale, you're an amazing person. We love you. Who cares what the hell? He's like, stay strong and tall. Absolutely. Good night, Janae. So I've decided that some people are not live stream watchers. Some people are only live stream watchers. I know there are some people that's all they're. And Christine's going to make a video about her Jeep and Trans Am. That is great. I'm glad. But remember something, my dear, lovely wife. I have, since I've gotten that Jeep, I've actually secured you an engine for that Jeep. I'm trying to secure the things that it takes to put that engine in and stuff like that. Things don't just, they don't fly. Lives do pay, but it's not much. However, every dollar counts up to $100 because you don't get a check unless you reach that goal. Right. Hey, Todd. Thank you, Gary. Excuse me. Thank you, Gary. All of a sudden, I have a little bit of right there. Know how you secured an engine for my sweet ride? Yes, you did. I told you I had. It's on a stand in the shop. I did. I got her new seats. Yeah, I probably paid a little bit much for them, but she got new seats. No, we're not putting LS anything in that Jeep. And she don't want it lowered. The little Jeep that I've got out here, the little 60 model, it's got the little four cylinder F head engine in it, and it's the old factory engine from 1960. And I want to keep it just like it is. I want to keep it on the little skinny wheels. I want to have the little, Jeep tire. I just want it to be just set factory. That's where I want. She wants hers jacked to Jesus. So, no LS engine. Had a crazy vertical live on Thursday, 238K, stopped by, highest number I've ever had. Yeah, that is crazy. Yes, Dale. There's a guy in New York that does a lot of that stuff. He has a really successful channel. It's Just a Few Acres Farm, and he does a lot of resurrections on old tractors and stuff. He does them a little bit different though. I think of a resurrection as getting it running with what it's got. Like if the engine's stuck, unsticking the engine, figuring out, if it's got a valve hung in it, getting the valve, unstuck, getting everything unstuck, freed up, and everything else, and then starting it, the rings and everything that it had in it, and things like that. But most of what he does is he takes a tractor and restores it. He makes it into something just amazing and stuff like that. I would like, I would, I think that if you could go to auction, buy old. There was a perfect one the other day. There was a Ford 9N at the auction. Wasn't running. It was complete. Everything was there. It was free. The engine wasn't stuck or anything like that. Just buying it and making it work. Johnny, should I put Building My Ranger on OCITW channel or start a new channel? I'm assuming you mean your original Cabin in the Woods channel. Tony, I have two channels. I have Gilliam Farms Outdoors and More, and I have Gilliam Farms. Gilliam Farms Outdoors and More, I have found, and I'm bad. I don't post on it like I should or anything like that. I have found that I'm just going to put stuff on this channel. As a matter of fact, some of the stuff that's over on Gilliam Farms Outdoors and More, I'm going to move to this channel, because for one thing, I don't think I can do two channels justice. It's pretty hard putting out two 45-minute videos a week, let alone having two channels that are going to require basically the same type of work. Yes, go buy an old track. Go get a cheap old tractor and make it run. I mean, just make popping noises. Do that. I mean, I think that would be great. Yes, startup videos are amazing, and I did a startup on the Trans Am. That first startup video that I did on the Trans Am got over 100,000 views. It was like that video was almost an hour long, and that was the very first startup video I've ever done. So you can see that they can. I tried to do channels and couldn't do it while working full time. That's right. It is hard. And Tony, I think what I would do, you might find that you get more views on that video or those videos about the Ranger and stuff like that. And it might give your channel a boost, because I can tell you, I think that's what's happened with Gilliam Farms, because I can do there's different kind of videos. I think the worst performing videos I do are racing videos where I don't race in them. I think if there's a racing video I put out at a track. Now, if it's on the street, it's a totally different matter. If I put out a video on the street of racing on the street, they get good views. If it's at a track, I have to do, it's not going to perform. It's just not going to work. Tony Building, they will come. That's right. There you go. You know what I got? I got in the auction yesterday that just came with stuff that I bought. I got a McCullough weed eater. How long has it been since you guys have seen a McCullough weed eater? So I got this McCullough weed eater, and you know what? I think I'm going to start it. So, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's hard to do 2 channels. So yeah, like I said, I ended up I actually the first time today I got out there and I pulled the rope on that thing, and it's free and it's got a lot of compression, and I'm thinking I bet you I can actually get that to. All right, Todd, there's a good question. I've answered it before, but I'll answer it again. How does the longer video affect RPM? I'm assuming they pay more for more ads. Exactly, Todd. On my RPM right now, I am averaging anywhere between, I'm right around $14 a thousand. Okay. That's what I am right now. I have heard that, being $8 to $10 is pretty good, but I'm about 14. So, and it's because I can hold people in there for about, close to 20 minutes on a video. But that's the reason, and that's the reason why I put out these longer videos. A lot of people say don't put out long videos, but if you train the algorithm to the fact that you put out videos that long and stuff like that, it can actually work out for you. If you can, I was afraid I was going to get in. I had a couple of viral shorts a while back. I think I've had 3 or 4 of them, and I thought that the shorts I was going to turn into a short channel. I was really dreading that. I was really dreading turning into a short channel, because you'll see short channels will end up with a lot of subs and stuff like that, but then they put out videos and they get no views, the actual videos and stuff like that, and I didn't want that to happen. So I started less shorts and more long form stuff, and it seems like I always watch the whole video. I might miss something. There you go. Train the dragon. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but you got to realize all the people that are out there, Dale, they don't watch the whole video. If I start a YouTube video, I usually watch the whole thing. If I don't watch the whole thing, it's because it just grated on me so far hard that I just can't do it. I just cannot. I can't watch it anymore. So I'm just saying, if I click on it, I'm going to watch it, and that's the reason why I look at how long a video is and how long I have to watch, how long do I have right now? If I have enough time to actually watch the video, I'll go ahead and watch it. I fully understand John just had one last night. I'm getting all old timers right now. Remind me, what did you have one last night of? If you get on my nerves, I will not watch the whole video. Yeah. I started watching a new channel recently called Tristan Riddle. Tristan Riddle is the channel name. And I think the reason why I watch his channel is because it's like a train wreck to me, and because the whole time I am wondering what he's going to do next. I mean, he means well. He's got a really successful channel. He's doing really good and stuff with his channel. But I tell you what, he's like he hunts all the time. And he's one of those guys that, he's like, oh man, this is like a 2.5-year-old spike, and you're looking at that thing going, yeah, that thing still got milk on its lips. That ain't 2.5 years old. Anyway, yeah, I watch that channel, and it's someone's video that has a lot of views, but it bored me to tears. Yeah, and it's just because it's not for you. It's just not what you're. It's just not what you're about, and stuff like that. And I agree. I agree. I'm averaging 650 in RPM for a 12-minute video, but averaging watch time is about 6 minutes. That's really good in a 12-minute video. A 6 minute watch time. I mean, you're getting you're getting people to hang in there for half the video. That's pretty good. Do you make videos for TV viewers, or for phone viewers, or for computer viewers? I'd like to say I make them for any viewer, but I can tell you that I think that television is going to give you a lot better especially on my hunting stuff. On my hunting stuff, you really need to watch it on the TV, because you're not going to be able to see a lot of things. I use GoPros, and I don't have like real fancy camera equipment and stuff like that. I have GoPros. And whenever a deer is out there at like 70 yards and you're shooting it, you're not seeing much of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to get on me and my nerves. Yeah. Yeah, I like racing too, Kathy. Have a couple of videos edited, but don't want to put them out until I can be more able to work on the Ranger. Yeah, what you're trying to do is you're trying to keep it to where where they're timely. That's what you're trying to do with those, Tony. And I understand that. Steve, I would like to see you make more comments on the stock auction to where it sold for a great, good, bad, etc. price. I will take that into account. I appreciate that. I always appreciate when people, ask me, tell me stuff like that. Would it be acceptable for me to say, because I always put how much it sold for. I actually, put it there's a title in the title it's actually in the video, the words. If I put great, bad, poor, etc., would that be, because I try not to talk while I'm in the cattle auction. I really do. Because I'll tell you honestly, whenever I'm videoing the cattle auction, usually most everybody doesn't know I'm videoing. The people that own the auction house, they know I'm videoing, and they don't care. But whenever you're in there with a bunch of 80-year-old guys with cowboy hats and you're sitting there talking to nothing, they tend to look at you real funny. And so I try not to talk too much while I'm inside. Instead, I watch to know if my video is doing good is if I hit 100 watch hours before I hit 1K views, or 200 watch hours before hitting 2K views. That's cool. That's cool. That's a good question about the TB mobile thing. Absolutely. Because some people, like, if it's far off and everything on a phone, it's almost unwatchable. I like watching Johnny race, but I don't enjoy watching others. Yeah. Watch anything that has their face on the thumbnail with their mouth open and hands on cheeks. Right, exactly. You're saying you wouldn't watch Home Alone at Christmas? No, she hates that movie. That would work. All right, I'll do that. Anytime I make a bad comment, let me know. Otherwise, I'm likely to repeat it. Joe, you make the comment that you feel like your heart needs to make. The Amish was really confused at the sheep auction on my last video. Absolutely. If you're talking in an auction house and you're not talking to somebody, and they don't see like an earbud in your phone in your ear or something like that, then you get some really weird looks and stuff like that. It's really hard. The generation of folks who come to the cattle auction, there's very few younger folks. There's mostly it's older folks and stuff like that. They're pretty set in their ways and everything. I try to be really respectful of that whole thing. I try not to I try not to make it seem awkward or anything like that for anybody. I try not to focus on anybody except the auctioneer and the people running the animals through the ring and stuff like that. Because some of these guys, they don't understand that stuff. And like I said, I've got a really, really good relationship with everybody that I do videos with that are auction folks. And I would hate to be sitting in there and have two or three of those guys go up and start complaining about me and stuff like that. And then that because they can shut you down, so I should go to the next cattle auction so I can talk to John. People won't think you're weird. 58% of my views are on the TV. Whenever you say that they're on the TV and stuff, where are you finding that stat? I'd like to see that. Is it some kind of a app or something that you have, or is it something that I have? Or yeah, people have been kicked out of auctions and banned. That's right. Yeah, let me know, Bill, because if you got something there. Oh yeah, I want to like if you don't have TubeBuddy, that might be something you want to look into getting. TubeBuddy works well on your computer, the same computer you do your editing and stuff like that on, because whenever you pull up somebody's videos, it has a compare tool and it shows you how you compare. So you can look at a channel that you think is a big channel or something like that, and then you can kind of compare how your channel is doing as compared to how their channel is doing and stuff like that. So that might be something that you want to get. Just analytics, audience, then scroll down. I'm going to do that right now. I will do that right now because I'm interested. Analytics. So whenever you say audience, there it is. Audience. Oh, 72% of my folks watch on TV. 12.4% watch on mobile. 9.9% watch on computer, and 5.6% watch on tablet. And most of my folks are about my age or older that watch my channel. And most are male. Most live in the US. Some live in Canada. Few live in the United Kingdom. That's interesting. I haven't looked at that stat. I know right now it's telling me that my folks are most active. Now, it used to be Sunday. My folks are most active on Thursday now, I guess you'd say. That's pretty interesting. My monthly audience is, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look into this and see what it means or anything. 122.5K is my monthly audience, uh, viewers, I guess, on average. So anyway, 63% of my viewers are female, which surprises me. Most of my viewers are males over the age of 50. Right? That is awesome. Mine says 9% watch on mobile. Yeah. I won't watch Johnny auctions on my computer. I prefer to watch them on my TV so I can see items bigger and more detail. Absolutely. I agree. If I watch almost everything on YouTube on the TV, there's a few things that I watch on my phone, not a whole lot. Yeah, I'm a young whippersnapper. I tell you what, my bones don't feel like young whippersnappers, especially like yesterday. I went to one of the biggest. You're going to love this auction, Steve. You are going to love it. I went to one of the biggest estate auctions I have been at. And my God, they ran 3 rings all day, and it was amazing. Have you been to the Pegs Poultry Auction? They mostly sell chickens, farm related items. I've been there several times. Not as much junk as there is at the Cowboy Auction in Pegs. I have not, Jacob, but I would like to go. Yes, I watch on TV and comment on my phone. That's right. I mean, yours is awesome. I think I need to change things if 90 are watching on phone. Well, I can tell you how, Dale. Make it longer. Make your video longer. People tend to watch long videos on TV. I just received the comment, "You're crazy guys," from my massive snow video today. Haha. I'm similar. Watch on TV, comment on iPad. Right. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't have very many female viewers, but not many female. I mean, like I said, it's the video doesn't have maybe this. I don't know. I'm not in it very much. Mostly it's just the stuff, stuff, something being done and stuff like that. I want to go to the pig auction. The pig auction was actually Friday night. And after I had been at the other auction all day long, I couldn't hardly walk. And so since I couldn't hardly walk, like I said, it would be there was actually a couple of cool auctions Friday evening that I would like to win. I'm always afraid I bore people with longer videos. If you've got a task and you can break that task up enough, then you won't bore them. You got to have a task, though. They're scared of your wife, right? Hey, Hicks Garage, how are you doing? Oh, by the way, the thumbnail again. The thumbnail is my grandson's S10 pickup. We took it and had a bunch of work done to it and stuff like that. And that's awesome, Bill. Hit 2K views and 298.7 watch hours. That's awesome on that video. So the thumbnail is my grandson's S10 pickup. We are going to put an LS engine in it and stuff like that. Right now, it is still powered by the 2.2, but man, I think that's one of the coolest little trucks out there. That thing, I kind of fell in love with it the couple of days I had it and was working on it and stuff. So, anyway, that's the reason I put it up as our thumbnail tonight. So if you're jumping in wondering why I had a picture of an S10 on there, I wonder if the grandson, I don't know. Yeah, we're going to clear coat it. We absolutely are. We're actually going to do an Ajax wash on that truck. I think Ajax will cut it better. We're going to do an Ajax wash on it, and he has actually already bought all the Poppy's patina stuff. He had already bought that already. So we're going to put it all together, and we're going to clear coat it and everything, and we're going to try to fix that dude up because I'm digging that truck. I really like it. Yeah, yeah. Everybody loves that truck. I mean, it's the only one. I mean, even on his back glass, he bought a sticker that says "Rust Ease" on it. Yeah, we'll video it whenever we clear coat it and do all that stuff. He wants to bring it out. I told him, I said, let's wait till we got the shop to where we can get it in there and stuff like that. But he's going to bring it out. We're going to do some work on it out here and stuff. So it ought to be a lot of fun. I should have went. There was actually an auction in Tulsa today, and Tony, you might have should have went to this one. They were having an engine and hot rod components auction today. It was up there where they're having the Chili Bowl in Tulsa. You should have a poverty tour for him. No, he won't go on poverty. He works 5 days a week, and he won't miss. He will not miss power. He doesn't have enough vacation to go on poverty tour. Poverty tour is going to take us we're going to have to take like a week and a half off, or maybe 2 weeks this time. So, anybody else got any questions or anything or any observations about YouTube? I've learned a lot tonight, and I appreciate that. Yeah, Tony, it was. I had thought about going up there to it. To tell you honestly, since it was circle track related. It was I didn't figure there would be much that I was going to find for my Pontiacs. Let's just put it that way. I could have probably found a bunch of stuff for Eli's truck. But oh, you're going. You're going. Frog's got to go. You are going. Uh-oh. I just got something on my thing about the race in Shakota. Now, I'll be racing May 2nd in Shakota on the street. And they're thinking about having an NA class. So they're thinking about having a naturally aspirated class at the street race in Shakota. And I'm all about it because I outran almost everybody I raced last year without even using nitrous. So I think I only used nitrous on what? 2 passes? Do you sell parts from the Firebirds? It depends on the whether I've got enough parts to finish what we've got. We've got the 77 Trans Am that we were driving on Poverty Tour, and then we have Christine's Trans Am, which is a 78 WS6 W72 car, and we've got to have everything for those 2 cars. So if, I'm not saying I see Christine saying no, but I'm not saying we're never going to sell anything from those. But we're going to eventually, it will have to, because you did, Hicks, you did. We got I don't know, we got 9 or 10 of them out there. No. You did. There's several of them out there. Yeah, eventually, she said. Well, yeah, between them and Jeeps and stuff like that, you need some support braces. Which ones? We may have stuff like that. Yes, ladies. Jesse posted this up that weekend. On the 2nd, I will be racing in Shakota in the street races. The lower control arm to the frame. Yeah, I know you're looking for those. They're on the back of the control arm to the frame. They're not on every Trans Am. I may have some and I may not. I'll have to look. Yeah, those didn't come on every one of them. Those were kind of a special deal. You are missing one. Which one? I don't know. I haven't looked at them lately to see if they're interchangeable between sides. Trans Am Jeep, grandson Trans Am, 76 Ford truck, 67 short wide passenger side. Okay. I'll look and see what I got. I may have one of those because I know Christine's has both of them on hers. The car that I'm driving, I think has um, the 77. I have not looked. I'll have to look at that one. I'm in on a 76 Ford. I'm actually in on a 72 Ford, 70 to 72 or something like that. So that's what I'm in on. I'm not really a fan of the 73 to what 79 Ford pickups. Um, I'm a real good fan of the 67 to 72 stuff. Christine's kid. Yes, you are. They're still on your car. They're not going anywhere. So she's pretty sure her dad's truck was a 76, right? Exactly. But guys, if you are not doing anything on May 2nd, it's going to be after the 10 Killer YouTube meetup, that we're going to have over at Cherokee Lane and State Park in April there. It's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Then come on out down to Shakota. We'll do some street racing down there. It is awesome. I mean, I've got a video on my channel of that race from last year, and it was amazing. We took that GTO all the way to the finals in that deal. I'll tell you what, if they do it where it's heads up, there's a lot of people in trouble. Tony, you'll be there. You got to be there, buddy. You got to be there. Make it happen. Jesse's just throwing all the meetups up and everything. Jesse, I appreciate you hanging in there. You said street racing at 10 Killer. Oh, I'm sorry. Shakota. I do that all the time. Troy says Christine meant to say 71. Double dog dare, Tony. Yep, bring it. Got to be there. That's going to be an awesome time. I expect everybody to be there this year because they shut down they had the other street race. They had two other street races and legally sanctioned street races here in Oklahoma, and both of them have been shut down due to deaths on the street. The last one was the dumbest thing ever. A guy took a car. It was the very first time he had ever been anywhere with it, and he tried to race it. It was a Volkswagen. It got away from him, and he ended up killing two paramedics. Jesse, I know dare you, bud. Yeah, I can't wait for the race either. As a matter of fact, I've got to get a drum of fuel. I'm excited because I'm gonna change a few things up on the car that I think is actually gonna really pick it up. So and all of it involves nothing with the power adder. It's just I think there's some things that I can optimize on what I've already got. I mean, we can already run PDQ on the motor. PDQ. Big old lady beach to do the racing. Well, I hope it don't take lady wins. Oh man, you're killing me. Not lady ones. They don't. I don't even want to think about that. Anybody got any more questions about YouTube or anything like that while I'm still here? I have no idea what that show's from. I have no idea. Can't wait for 666 this summer starting a Joplin Dragon Drive. I want to do some Dragon Drive. I'm thinking about doing some with the black GTO. Um, I'd like to get in on a little bit of that. The problem with the only problem with any of that stuff is it's at a track. If they could do some street stuff with that, it would really be cool. Janae says, I'm listening. I hear you, Christine. I have no idea what that's from. Yes. Yep. That's one of the things I was going to take care of. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a thicker transmission fluid in it to tighten that transmission up. I drive through that converter a lot. What do you think about posting links on other social media? Helps waste of time, etc. Bill, I don't have enough experience with it. I can tell you right now that my social media is whenever I post something on social media, it's to my friends, I guess you'd say. Um, and this is bad to say, but your friends outside of YouTube are about as bad about not watching you as your family is, if you know what I mean. So I can post up like on Facebook one of my videos, and what happens is you'll get like 3 people that are your friends on Facebook that'll watch it. None of your family will. It's just it's one of those things. So it's really weird outside the YouTube community. Unless people found you on YouTube, it's really hard to get them to watch. They can be your best friend. They can be your absolute best friend. They won't watch your stuff. It's crazy like that. I don't understand it. If I had, I'm a different kind of guy. If I Your Facebook friends with family, actually, I don't know that I am, but I'm just saying my family knows I do YouTube. Do they watch? No. I could say anything I want on YouTube videos and they'd never even know it. I could talk about everything that's ever happened in our family on YouTube videos, and my family would never even know it. In the same way with my friends, probably. So, so true. Need to get more YouTube friends, I guess. Yeah. I'll tell you what, we've met some amazing people through YouTube. Really amazing people. A lot of my best friends ever are right here in this chat right now. Have I used A/B testing for thumbnails or titles? No, I have not. I use, I make a thumbnail in Canva. I put it on my video and I put it out. That's all the testing I do right there. Then I look and I see how many views I get within 2 hours. I don't even look. I never even look at the video until it's played for 2 hours. Once it's played for 2 hours, I can tell if it's a good video or if it's a dud. Have some awesome drawings that I won on a vehicle 15 years. Nice. Kathy is in Hawaii, by the way. A to B testing is great. I just did the thumbnail that I thought was the best, ended up being the worst. Okay. Riddle me this, Bill. Okay. Hang with me here whenever I say this. How do you know? You're basing it on, you haven't put it out to actual people. You put it out to AI. AI is telling you which one is the best. How do you know that computes with people? My family gets very upset and is cheating me about my channel that I didn't even get my priorities straight and quit. Well, I don't know, Dale. My family don't. Listen, my brother watches some of my stuff. He doesn't watch all of it. He watches some of it. My sister watches none of it. My mom watches none of it. I've got cousins and stuff. They don't watch it. I think a lot of it is in friends. I'm telling you, outside of YouTube, really people, if I don't think that they really want you, your friends and family, I don't think they really want you to be successful with it. You know what I mean? YouTube post all three of my thumbnails to people. How does it do that? I don't see three thumbnails whenever I look at your video. I see one thumbnail. I don't see three. Supposedly it shows the thumbnails. How does it show it? I'm just saying. I see one thumbnail for everybody out here that's putting out a video. One thumbnail. Okay, I'm still trying to figure this out, Hicks. I'm a little slow. I've seen Bill's video he posted where he's got the snow stuff around his cabin, stuff like that. If you look in subs list, you will see one. If you look in general feed, you will see a different thumbnail. Okay. But how do you know that the other one wouldn't have done better over there? Because in your subs list, that's different people that's in general. How do you know? I never told my family that I go to a reunion and if I could do a video of it. LOL. Yeah. All right, I'll check out the text. All right. All right, I'm looking at it, Bill. It still doesn't explain anything to me. It's telling me because if different people see your thing, like my subscribers who would watch my videos really aren't going to care what the thumbnail looks like. Okay, the general population, the people that aren't the subscribers and stuff like that, they might be a little more, how you say it. So I'm kind of, you know, I'm up in the air on that. I might do a test of it and check it out, but I can tell you I'll only do it once because I know that you can really mess something up pretty easy. You can test thumbnails or titles. Good night, babe. I'm old school. Yeah, Hicks Garage. Um, I usually don't see different thumbnails because I watch everything on TV, so I always see the same thumbnail. They make my thumbnail unless it's a short. The last one they photoshopped me like an idiot 90-year-old. Yeah, it's that AI stuff, Kathy. Yeah, I guess I'm going to do it the Andrew Camarada way, which is the old school, mowing my yard. I've seen different thumbnails. I never see the different ones. I see the same thumbnail every single time. Maybe they're not doing the A/B testing, but Bill's shows me the same thumbnail every time. I don't know if my stuff's just kind of hung up or what, but like I said, I've seen the same. I'm going to look it up now and see if it's the same or a different one that was on the TV. So go over here to, there he is. Yep, that's exactly the same thumbnail I saw on my TV, Bill. Oh, okay. Once the test is complete. So, how long did they run this test? I'm not changing anything, Dale. I'm not. I'm not. Because I am not changing anything on it. I think that um, I know that YouTube's changing and people are scrambling to keep up with all this new stuff and everything like that. But I figured I figured out what works, and I just keep rolling with it. Show it. Yeah. Let me back up. The one where your little snowy cabin deal, because that's the same one I saw on the TV earlier. The one where it's like a drone shot out there or something like that. It's like I said, it's the same one I saw way earlier, and it was on the TV like that. So you sent me a thing with 3 pictures on it. Is that what you want me to show? The one with 3 pictures on it, Bill? because in that one, the one you thought was the best one was the worst one, you said? Because you took a, a, yeah, I could probably see that too. I'm looking at your first, I guess the thumbnail you made, the first one. Yeah, I can look at that and yeah, I can, yeah. All right, I got you. What about using music? All right, I'm getting away from using music quite a bit because I have found that um, I can't remix my videos whenever I use a lot of music in my videos and stuff like that. Um, so a lot of things that I used to put music in, I'm starting to put the sound of. I used to use music a lot on drone video stuff. What I'm doing now is I'm running a GoPro at the same time I'm running the drone, and I will take the sound from the drone, sync it with the GoPro everything move the movement of the GoPro, and mute it down some and try to have sound of what's going on. Like if I'm running the dozer, you hear the tracks clanking, you hear all that stuff and everything. And the so there's not music. The only time I really use music is when I time lapse, and I'm starting to do a lot less time lapse than I was before. Um, I'm starting to get to the point where I'm just a little bit and click to something else, click to something else, click to something else, click to something else, instead of doing like a time lapse of a whole run down a road or something like that. Just a very short 4 second clip of I'm here at this point. 4 seconds, I'm here at this point. 4 seconds, I'm here at this point. Instead of doing time lapse, so I don't have to use music. Yeah, dubbing with the GoPro is awesome with drone. I think it's a lot better. You just mute it down a little bit to make it seem like it's far away, and then you just do your work, whatever it may be. Using a GoPro is a good practice as well, guys. I know a lot of you do a lot of stuff with phones and stuff like that, but if you can use a different type of a camera or something, like a GoPro or something, because I know a lot of you have them and don't use them. I think it can help your video a lot. Um, I know a lot of people do all their editing with their phone, but I'm telling you, a GoPro adds a lot of stuff to what you're doing. 4K or 1080, 1080, 1080. Everything I do is 1080. I can tell you, I've got a 4K TV. Actually, I got a 5K TV in there, and I can run a 4K video or I can run a 1080 video on it. And it looks the same to me. Action cameras are getting more affordable nowadays, right? The one camera that I want to get is I can't remember what it's called, but I want to mount it to my GTO. It actually tracks movement. So wherever the car is in the other lane, it will follow it wherever it happens to be. If it's behind me, it'll go back. If it's in front of me, it'll go forward. Yeah, I know where yours is, Angie. He's going to have to get a GoPro, though. Tony is going to have to get a GoPro. If he's going to do anything with any kind of racing or anything, he's going to have a GoPro. you can set a lot of that stuff. I don't know what's wrong. I mean, you know, Dale, on my hunting videos, whenever I'm using my hat cam or anything like that, whenever you see like those videos where I was shooting the deer and different things, you know which GoPro I was using? I was using that little white GoPro 7. I can tell you that thing is unkillable. It is, you click that button every time, it works, and it's the one I mount on the top of the GTO. A lot of times I put it under the GTO. The battery life is unbelievable on that thing, and I really like it. I mean, I use it a lot. I'm a big proponent of GoPros. I really like my GoPros. Um, the 7, it seemed like it was the best. Yeah, it's a good. I mean, it's a good. It does the 7 doesn't have stabilization as good as the rest of them. I'll tell you which one's the best. The 13 is the absolute king of all of them. The 13 is the absolute beast of a GoPro, but the 7 is actually, it's got a good picture. My Hero 6 Black is a good camera, but the audio is lacking. Yeah, that's the thing. And the thing about this GoPro 13, it actually, you put the media mod on them, and you always see that back camera and stuff like, or that back what is it, mic that's on the media mod. And on every other GoPro that I've got, it actually does not work. GoPro 13 has a setting where you can make both mics work equally as well. Start not wanting to shut off unless you remove the battery. Really. Good night, Jacob. My Hero 11 is dying. Need to buy a Hero 12. 13s went to a different style battery. They did. They went to a different battery. The battery actually lasts longer, but as a matter of fact, if everything I buy from now on is going to be newer. Tony's was a 10 and was horrible. I've got a 10, I've got 11, I've got a 13, and I've got a 7. And my 10 and 11, I can't tell them apart. They both seem to work exactly the same. The 13 is greatly improved, and the 7, for being what it was, a GoPro White 7, it has actually been amazing. I mean, if I put that camera everywhere where I think if something's going to damage my camera, that's where I put that camera. Yeah, one of those 360 cameras. Went to Hawaii, Kiki as a truck setup, reverse up. We watched planes take off in the middle of the Pacific. Yeah, that's cool. But if you have a GoPro, there is a lot of, I don't know if you've looked into all the settings that are on your GoPro, Dale, but there are a ton of settings on that GoPro. I mean, you can go into it, you can do a lot of different stuff with it. Also, if your lens is all scratched up and you start getting it, you can change the lenses and everything else on them. I've got extra lenses and stuff for mine just in case of stuff like that. But GoPro will actually free you up a lot on making. Thank you, Kathy. A GoPro will actually help you a lot with videoing your content and stuff like that, because a lot of times I notice people who, and I'm not pointing out anybody or anything like that, but I notice a lot of people who only video with their phone, they don't they don't have a way of actually showing what they're doing, I guess you'd say. So they like show, well, I've got to do this, and then the next scene is it done. You don't actually see how it got to that point and stuff like that, because they didn't have a good way of holding the phone, or they didn't have, they it wasn't right then, or they were discouraged about something. With a GoPro, you just set the thing up and just go. Yes, it takes a long time to edit, but the end product is actually better, I think. Now, my cattle auction videos, I make them with my phone, but I make the very beginning and the end with my GoPro, and anything that's filmed inside that building is with my phone. But I still edit everything on the computer. Yes. Yeah, GoPro has. I'm in a Space Force communication for all Pacific subs over the ledge. I don't know your rules. I don't know our rules. Space. Oh, yeah, for a drone, I'm sure. If you get a good drone, a really good drone like a DJI, it'll tell you if you can fly there or not. It will absolutely, that drone will tell you if you're able to fly there or not, Kathy. So it'll. I mean, I've had mine in place. I mean, I had mine at a place where it told me I was too close to a correctional facility to fly it. I've been at a place where it told me I was too close to a flight path for planes to fly it. The action cameras come with a bunch of the mounts for them. My last factory tractor videos was with my GoPro. The sheep video was filmed with iPhone. Right. I know whenever you're working on stuff, and you were working on the tractor, yeah, the GoPro was good to set up. GoPros have tons of various stand supports, wearables for the camera. I've got some pretty cool ones. I've got this one right here. That actually just goes around your neck. And let me see if I can unclick this right now. But what happens is you put this around your neck, and you can wear your phone. So whenever you're working, or not your phone, but your GoPro. So whenever I'm working on stuff with my hands or stuff like that, like I've got them in front of me and I'm working on something, I can still be videoing, and it's just right there in front of me. And this is stiff, so it doesn't, so it stays pretty stable. I like this. And then I've got a bunch of other stuff. One of my favorites is my hat cam whenever I'm hunting. That's where I was able to get the pheasants flying and get them, the video of them, the doves, deer, different stuff like that. Where's the tiny camera that racers put on their car that looks like a drone? I do not know, unless it's like some kind of action camera. I know a lot of them put one that's on a stick, that mounts kind of out behind it there, and, makes it look like the camera's, way behind the car to get the whole car and everything. Yeah. Yeah. I thought about getting one of those, and I may still. But I definitely want to get one of those 360 cameras. That's what it's called. It's a 360. I want to get one that will actually pick up the movement of the other car in the other lane, whatever he's doing. So I may pick up both of those. I may pick up a 360 and that one for the pole, and it may be a 360 camera just mounted on the pole. I've seen those guys lose them too. But anyway, well, guys, man, it's 10:30. I've been on here for 3.5 friggin' hours. I mean, I feel like Amy Leonard right now. So anyway, guys, appreciate you all coming in. I'm going to hop off here. We may do this again. You guys think up some questions and stuff like that. Bill, I'm going to test one of those. I'm going to test one of those A/B things on my channel. I'm going to see. The problem I got with it is I don't know that it would actually equate to actually more views. I know it's weird to me because the thumbnail I saw of yours was the same exact thumbnail as I saw like 2 hours ago or 3 hours ago or whatever it was. It's the same thumbnail, you know. Call you? Sure thing. Probably not tonight. And you're not going for 6 hours? No, I'm not going for 6. That'd be an Amy thing. 6:30 p.m. Oahu in my volcano, right? 7:30 p.m. for Bill. And Dale watches way too much drag channels. Yeah. But Dale, if you guys can, man, you ought to come down to Shakota for that street race. That is the coolest thing ever. I mean, we get out there it's street. I mean, literally, everybody's just driving up and it's got dirt all over it. It's like, and then all of a sudden it shut down and we're racing. It is amazing. Yeah. Thank you, Jesse. Well, guys, I'm going to jump off here. Thank you all for coming in. I appreciate it. Like I said, we'll do this again sometime. I had a lot of fun. Talking to you guys. And thanks, guys, for the other. I've got some folks in here that I haven't seen. Hicks Garage, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. And yeah, all of you. So come on, we'll do it again, and we'll check. We'll see what we can hash out together. Good night, Tony. Get that Ranger running. Let's get with it. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.